So Southampton on the weekend, I think there's going to be another thrashing. Manchester United 4, I'm going. Bruno Fernandes with a couple of goals. Hopefully Pogba gets his goal this week. Obviously got 4 assists last weekend. And I'd love Donny to sneak a goal in there as well, just for his confidence. Come on, United.
Yes, guys, United Southampton. I said on the preview it's going to be 4-0. I'm sticking with that. I reckon United batter Southampton today. I'm very, very confident. Hopefully see Varane. Hopefully we get Sancho from the start. Bruno's got to score, hasn't he? Bruno's going to score. I reckon Mason Greenwood gets another one as well. Come on, United.
James here for Stretford. Paddock. United are in action and today against Southampton. Shouldn't be too much of a difficult test this for United. I think they probably do have enough of themselves to see off Southampton, who are an okay side, but United should definitely have enough to see them off. I think they could go down this season, Southampton. United have looked really strong opening starts to the season, especially against Leeds, and I think Southampton are one of those sides that United really need to beat in order to push on and get that momentum to go forward in the league this season. You know, last season, especially United's early form, those defeats to Crystal Palace and a couple of other sides really halted the momentum for United. So I think they've got to get this result and just push on and get as many points as they can from these opening few games, because then hopefully you can get that momentum to build together and push for a title challenge. I don't think it's going to happen. Maybe, I don't know, but you just don't know this season. City aren't looking quite as good as people thought they would be. They lost to Spurs, so we'll just have to wait and see. But I think United should beat Southampton today. I'm going to say a comfortable 3-1 win at United.
Here we are, game week 2, United v Southampton at St Mary's, 2 o'clock on a Sunday. First away game of the season. We love an away game. Last season, our away record was unbelievable. We were smashing teams left, right and centre away from home. At home, we were a bit shit, but we'll forget about that. Last season, 3-2 against them. It was a tough comeback. I'm hoping for an easier game this time. I'm hoping for a clean sheet. That would be lovely. Defence is pretty strong. We still got Varane to come in. Could he start this game? Don't know. Probably not. It's a bit too soon. Sancho, I reckon Sancho can start. I want Sancho starting. And if it's Sancho starting, we've got so much strength going forward that we should be overturning Southampton pretty easily. So that's what I'm hoping for. I'm saying 3-0.
Hi guys, Liam here, coming in with my prediction for the Stretford Paddock matchday watchalong against Southampton. Obviously, positivity is high around Old Trafford at the moment after that brilliant win against Leeds on the opening day. And it's only going to get better. Obviously, we had a midweek game against Burnley trying to get some fitness up for a lot of the players. And obviously, we've got a lot of players who have started to be integrated into training or have returned from their holidays. So the hope is the likes of Varane and Sancho might get their first start for the season, and the likes of, Lingard, who came back from his COVID isolation, Cavani, etc., will begin to gain some fitness for the future games of the season. And of course, this Southampton game, you've got to predict a win coming off that great result and players coming back into the squad. I'm going for a 3-1 win for United.
So it's Ronaldo. We're back with another pre-match prediction for the game against Southampton, and I'm predicting a comfortable 3-1 win. Actually, I think we take the momentum from the last game. We bring in Varane, we bring in Sancho. I think we even get more of a spark, even more attacking impetus than we did last week, because I think that we performed well, we scored goals, and that was despite of a lack of production on the right with Daniel James. So I think you replace him with Sancho, you bring Varane in like I've just said, and I think you've got a very, very good and dangerous team going into the game against Southampton. And they lost last week 3-1 against Everton. They've got a revamped back four. I think United have all the tools to make them struggle and give them a torrid time, and I think that we'll win the game 3-1.
Hey guys, I'm Narlene here to preview the Southampton versus Manchester United game, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm still buzzing from last week's performance against Leeds. I think we're all expecting fireworks again, so let's keep this momentum going, get this title challenge underway. Now, I think the team will be feeling confident going into this one. Last time we met up with Southampton, we hammered them 9-0, so we should be walking away with 3 points, maintaining our incredible away from last season. In terms of that, let's go for the score prediction. I'm going to go 4-0 to Manchester United with Mason, Bruno, Edison Cavani hopefully scoring a goal coming off the bench, and Fred, because I think we got to start adding his name in there. He's been scoring some goals, so I'm looking forward to it.
Sam Spanner here from the United Forever podcast, and this is my score prediction against a team south of a town called Hamp. I think that it's going to be an easy match because their manager hasn't got a hoot in hell of beating us, because he's a bit of a plank, and last time we absolutely destroyed him. So I reckon about 6-0 United, and we don't need to worry about their injured player, Willie Smallbone, whatever that means. So let's just have it, boys. Viva El Paddock!
Paddock match day, Notch here. So after seeing Old Trafford gloriously full last weekend and that Ollie vibe with 5 spanking, now let's see if that incredible unbeaten away league record last year really was just down to empty stadia. Are we going to see the big guns start today? I mean, to see Varane make his debut would be bagatastic. To see Sancho start will be pretzelacious. But you all know who I want to pull my bow and release my arrow for. The one and only El Matador. But are we likely to win at Southampton by that tumultuous scoreline again? As Ralph Hasenhüttl would say, 9. But I do think we'll come away with a 3-0 win, so it's not going to be 9-0. But hey, look, some things are just not going to regurgitate. Trust the Notch there.
Manchester United v Southampton, Sunday, 2 o'clock. This has all the hallmarks of a United win, but you take nothing for granted in the game of football. Just ask Arsenal from last week. Last time we played them, we won 9-0, but I don't think that'll be the score this time. United boisterous by the 5-1 annihilation of Leeds on the first day last week. I think we'll be alright, but I think a few changes might need to be made. I see a debut for Jadon Sancho. Maybe McTominay needs to be rested. Maybe Varane in the defence as well. So maybe jig it around a bit. And I just see another United win. Comfortable win. But like I say, you can never take anything in football. So, let's get another 3 points on the board. And the Ollie Red machine keeps marching on. Hated, adored, never ignored.
Hello and welcome to Stretford Paddock. My name is Joe. This is Jay eating a KFC, but we'll get to that in just a minute. And Freddy Quinne is here as well.
Hey!
How you doing? I've just run back. This is the Watchalong for Manchester United versus Southampton from the St Mary's. You ever been? He's Mike's down. Have you ever been?
Mate, I've never been to St Mary's. I'm just loving the fact that I'm the least fat person on this show. Because you've ran 8 metres and you're out of breath and you're nomming a KFC like a fucking orphan.
Long COVID, Freddie, so thank you very much for
like
that.
Dinner at the orphanage, this. Look.
How you doing, Freddie? You all right?
I'm not bad, mate. I'm not. I've just realised that dinner in the orphanage, we're 8 seconds in and already I'm going to get a complaint about that.
Yeah,
that's one of my favourite things about coming on here is not just to watch Man United with great people, but it's I never know what comment I'm going to make that will get me in trouble.
Yeah.
And so it's always nice just reading the comments at the end and going, oh, I see it was that people were upset with this time.
Yeah, well, there's going to be a few things that some people would be a bit upset about, but I think you'll be fine. I think you'll be
yeah,
right. So far.
last weekend it was
when
when
you start by repeating it. Good stuff.
Yeah, why not? It was when you said 5-1 to United, perfect weekend, and I said, yeah, Arsenal have lost, United have won 5-1. The only way it could be more perfect is if Van Dijk did his other ACL.
Yeah.
And then people were like, how dare you say you shouldn't be joking about this? I was like,
it was a joke, all right.
You know.
Right, we should have team news coming up very shortly, actually. I mean, it should be out now, Jay, so if you can bring that up. Jay's mic is muted, by the way, not just because he's eating and we don't want the sound of it, but also as punishment for turning up with a fucking KFC 5 minutes ago, like he owns the place. Oh, wait. Right, so here's the team news. We've got David De Gea, Victor Lindelof. There you go. Maguire. We've also got Shaw and Wan-Bissaka as your fullbacks. Then a midfield, interestingly, of Matic and Fred with Pogba and on the left, presumably. Bruno Fernandes in the 10. Greenwood on the right-hand side. And Martial up front. So the talking points, no Sancho, no Varane. No Cavani either. Let's have a look at the bench as well if you can click on that, Jay.
I didn't think that we were going to start Varane, just because I thought we looked good last week. And I think with a defensive centre-back partnership, I think it needs time to bed in. It does. Even when you bought one of the best centre-backs in the world, you need a bit of time to establish that partnership, because centre-backs work together. It's a team thing. Yeah. So I'm not surprised that Lindelof kept his place. He was quite good. Against Leeds.
And generally, in those games where we hold more of the ball, that shows Lindelof's best traits, which is his ball-playing ability and you know, being able to be quite composed. It's when they have big strikers or, you know, teams that are going to run in behind and attack him, that's when he struggles. So I think the likes of a Southampton, that kind of suits him.
If we were playing Chelsea today and Lukaku was up front, I'd be like, oh, dear God, this is going to be a long day.
Yeah.
But we're not. We're playing Southampton and Adam Armstrong is up front. Yeah. And no disrespect to Adam Armstrong.
But some disrespect, probably.
I didn't know who he was until a week ago.
Right.
So, you know, I do think with Southampton, like, and we were talking about this beforehand, taking a proven Premier League goal scorer in Danny Ings and replacing him with a Championship goal scorer is a risk.
It's a big risk. It's a risk that time and time again hasn't paid off. I mean, we can... my worry is that we're going to slag him off and then he's going to score 2 and we're going to lose. But let's go to the other point then. And we'll start with you, Jay, if his mic's up. No Sancho. Now, we went... Well, I say we as a channel went to the behind closed doors game the other day.
Mate, yes.
And Varane wasn't even involved in that.
No. And it's weird because...
So that's no surprise that he's not playing, But Sancho was involved.
Yeah.
Sancho came on last week. Are you surprised he hasn't started?
100%, because like you say, you know, behind that closed door game, he started, did okay. Wasn't a lot I could have garnered from it. I only saw about sort of 35, 40 minutes of it, but he looked lively. Yeah. And you think, makes sense. He comes on against Leeds for a bit of a cameo, really. 5-1 up already.
Yeah.
20 minutes, whatever it was. And, you know, just get on the ball, get used to playing for Manchester United.
Yeah.
Then in the midweek, he has a friendly against Burnley, which was a friendly with a bit of an edge. Even when I was there, we saw a bit of kicking off. There were physical
Eric
challenges.
Bailly getting booked, we saw that.
Yeah, it wasn't like, you know, a proper, let's not tackle each other friendly. It was like proper getting stuck in, as you'd expect with Burnley. So you're thinking, okay, this is all leading up to him starting at St Mary's. And... Excuse me. Sorry. And obviously he's not done now. I'm surprised by it, but I think Ollie's obviously got his reasons. Wants to give him a sort of bedding him in slowly. And I think, as you just mentioned there, and you both mentioned, Southampton are a decent team, but they've lost the 2 best players for me. Vestergaard and Ings.
Yeah.
So it's not like this is a game where you go play your best team. You've got to.
And also,
I can understand it, even if I don't agree with it. If that makes any sense.
Also they're sort of, whilst you know they're a decent team, they didn't do that well last season.
No,
like they're a team that's like, do you know those teams where you sort of go, are you going to get relegated at some point? Like there's a few teams that are in that. Like West Ham were in that mode.
Yeah.
You're just going to go down, and then they've pulled themselves out of it. But like Burnley are in that, Palace are in that, Southampton are in that, where you're like, you could just get relegated at any time.
Yeah.
And then Southampton were already in that, and then they go and lose 2 of their 3 best players. I would put Ward-Prowse in that conversation as well. But like, yeah, hopefully. I mean, what we're leading towards here is there's not really any excuses for United not to win this, is there?
Look, I mean, I think that United have to be considered title contenders. I wouldn't put us as favourites. I'd put us slightly behind Chelsea and City, but ahead of Liverpool for me personally. But if we want to be considered title contenders, we need to be winning games like this without any problem at all.
Yeah.
Now, I know we're sort of setting ourselves up for a fall here by saying it. But you look at that team,
said this before Sheffield
and that
United last season.
That is a very strong team.
Yeah.
And you look at Southampton's team, who've lost, 2 of their best 3 players, like you said. And on paper, this shouldn't cause us any problems. And if we are a title-aspiring team, then we should go out there and we should do the business with no problems at all.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
Every single one of our players is better than every single one of their players.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's not, obviously that you can still lose in that situation, but that is the situation, isn't it?
Well, you've got to remember the last time we played them, it was 9-0. You know, like we hammered them. It's and that was when they had better players than what they have now.
To be fair, you're right, we did, but they were missing like 8 first-team players and got a red card after a minute and got a second red card.
Yeah.
So whilst it's a 9-0, and you're right to mention the fact that
it's only technically counts as a 4-0.
Yeah, it's like it was like the word mitigating circumstances. Yeah. I was just going to say, I actually feel a little bit sorry for Mason Greenwood. I thought he played really well. I was hoping to see him playing as a 9 almost exclusively this season. He's had 1 game there, now he's back over to the right. Yes, I like Anthony Martial, and he has got a good record at Southampton, especially at St Mary's. Remember when he absolutely just destroyed Virgil van Dijk. And Martial does need a chance. He needs a chance to prove himself. But I am surprised that Sancho hasn't started, and I'm surprised that Mason Greenwood finds himself back on the right-hand side because I thought he did very well against Leeds in the 9, very well as one of our best players.
And a brilliant goal as well that relied on him playing on the last man, being in a good position, drifting out wide, but not, still central enough that he could get that shot across the goalkeeper. Yeah, and again, and I don't want to make this a let's all knock Anthony Martial, because we've done a bit of that in the past, just honestly analysing his performances, not with any agenda. But Martial, in his pre-season games, looked really sluggish to me.
Yeah.
Like, his touch wasn't great. His build-up play looked lacking. He does this thing, and when he's not on full form, he really, for some reason, does this thing where every time he plays a pass to someone, even like a 5-10 yard pass, he just puts it a foot behind him.
Yeah.
He does this thing when he's like...
Steve's always mentioning that.
Dan James does exactly the same thing.
Dan James does the same thing. But the thing is, Dan James isn't expected to do what Martial is in getting in the right position, putting extra effort into to get in front of the defender. Did you see who was it yesterday? It was Liverpool. Who scored the header for Liverpool? It was Jota.
Yeah,
that run he made in front of from behind the defender, in front of him, into the line of the defence and nodded it in. I know, obviously, I think Martial's a better player than Diego Jota is, but it was a really good run that was like he had to go a bit extra to do it. And you wonder with Martial, when he's not quite on form, is he going to do that extra stuff to pull him out of it? And like you said, Greenwood was really good.
Yeah,
it's not Martial's not been playing great, but Greenwood didn't have a great game, so let's replace him. To me, it made so much sense. Sancho on the right, keep Greenwood up front, and bring Martial in silly, because again, let's not forget, they were saying the other day, was it the Everton game, the pre-season game? That was Martial's first game in 5 months. He missed the last 3 months with injury.
Yeah.
Like, he's been out for a very long time. Jadon Sancho hasn't. Mason Greenwood hasn't. I'm a little bit surprised he's starting, to be honest. And, hopefully he can turn it around. But
what I would say with what you've just said then is, if you're not going to play him for this game, which game does he play for?
That's the point. But I just think, I do agree with that logic. But there's part of me that thinks, let's get him some minutes before he's starting, is how I would go about it.
Yeah,
because he's not played a lot.
He did play. I know what you're getting at. Just for anyone who's not sure, he did play against Burnley, Martial, and I thought it was Maguire who scored because. I didn't have that. My eyesight's terrible, and I didn't have the benefit of a replay because I don't think anyone other than us had any footage of that game. Well but it came off Martial's back, so it was actually Martial's goal.
And what a goal it was, eh?
Fantastic. And he assisted Jesse Lingard as well. So he had a decent game against Burnley. So, it's not all been doom and gloom. But I think this is more about, for me, and I get you're coming from the same place of praising Mason Greenwood rather than criticising Andy Martial.
Again, this is
if you've got a striker who's playing very well in the 9, just don't move him.
Ended the season brilliantly as well. Again,
just
Mason
leave him
Greenwood.
there. Yeah. And it's like, regardless of, and especially if you've got someone who's coming in who's got question marks around him. Yeah. If we had, say, Harry Kane coming in, you'd say, all right then, doesn't matter how good Mason Greenwood's playing.
Cavani.
Yeah, even Cavani, sorry to talk about players that aren't there. Cavani, but for a player who there's a few question marks around, didn't have a great season last season, and isn't fully fit in terms of match fitness, then it doesn't make much sense. I'm going to get into some comments before I go back to you. Go on,
before I finish, because I say this quite a bit. I'm not being like, Ollie's made a mistake. I'm just talking about through and.
Well, this isn't MUFC, is it?
Yeah, because
you can.
No, but
we're not just going to sit here and go, we agree with everything that's gone on today.
No, it's not. I'm saying that I agree with it. I'm just saying. I don't like it when people are like, I can't believe you started him. It's like, well, we don't see him in training. We don't see everything. I understand it, but for me, I was just excited to see.
So what you're saying is you hate Ole Gunnar Solskjaer?
I think he's a dickhead.
You think he's a dickhead who shouldn't have scored that goal in 99 because it actually hindered us in the long run.
Yeah, well, that's hindered us in the long run because it made us rely on Ferguson, which then made us rely on the owners.
He was obviously rubbish, by the way.
Yeah.
That's a hill I'm willing to die on. Overrated.
If I could pick one thing with this team where I'm kind of a little bit suspicious of it, I think there's a lack of width in that team because Greenwood's going to drift inside, Pogba's going to drift inside. Yeah, Luke Shaw is a great fullback, but Wan-Bissaka can't be relied upon properly to get forward and provide attacking. I know he's getting better at it, but it's not his forte. And Matic is not going to do any overlaps because he's 43 years old. So my only concern looking at it is I think there's a lack of width in that team.
That's the point.
That is a fair point. We've got a few comments I'll get into. Arvid Moen says United have a higher win percent at St Mary's than OT. Yeah, we've got a very good record at St Mary's. I've never been. I went to the Dell many years ago. I know, it's showing me age here. Ross Murphy says congratulations on reaching 600,000 subscribers up the Paddock. Yes,
thank you everyone.
Finally, we've got there. it's been a bit of a gap between 500k and 600k, but over the last few months, the last month especially, you guys have really smashed it. We've had a lot of subscribers coming in, and we've reached that milestone, and we appreciate all the support we've had since taking over the channel. It's been amazing. Talking of which, Max K is a new member. Welcome to the academy. Thanks for your support as well. And it was Ross Murphy as well, by the way, who made that comment. I don't think I read out his name. Loads of people there was a bit of a debate going on about Martial, about Greenwood. I mean, we've all agreed, don't we? Martial, regardless of whether you think he should start or not, he has to take his chance, doesn't he, Freddy, when he gets it? And this is it, his chance.
Do you know what? When we were doing the Brentford watch along, the pre-season, me and Joe, we had a discussion about if an offer of 50 million came in for Martial, do you take it?
For me, personally, I'd give him this season. I've said that, I would.
Would you?
Yeah.
Even though you could maybe reinvest that in a...
I just think, if you get rid of Martial, and you're looking at it and you're going, okay, we've got a 34-year-old Cavani, and we've got Mason Greenwood, who I love, but he's still a teenager, and he still will need rest, and he may have a bit of a dip in form or a bit where you're going, all right. And then if your only other option is either to bring Marcus in and play him down the middle, or play, maybe you go with someone like one of the youngsters, McNeil or whatever. I doubt that's going to happen. Yeah. So I just feel like we still need Martial.
Yeah, because also, let's be honest with Cavani, I know there's been some personal circumstances that's meant he's been out, but whether it's justified or not, and let's assume it is, because there's no reason for us to assume that, any reason Cavani had extra time off wasn't justified. Justified or not, he misses games.
Yeah, he missed a lot of games. He missed 9 out of 10, didn't he, at one point last season?
Yeah.
There was a 10-game run, and he missed 9 of them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, admittedly,
Through
some
injury,
of that was from an Instagram banning, which isn't going to happen again.
It still happened. And again, even if this reason is justified, it's still happening. It still isn't available for certainly the first 2 games. Probably next week as well, you wouldn't have thought he'd be match fit. He misses games, and then, I wouldn't assume he'd go all season without getting injured. And he has to take rest because he's older. So we do need another option, especially with Rashford being out. But I just think there are areas that I think we've got, whether he's quite world-class anymore or not, Cavani's a very, very good striker. Mason Greenwood obviously isn't world-class yet, but he's a very good attacking option up front. And even Rashford is decent up front. I just think we don't have anyone that is even approaching world-class at CDM.
My problem my problem with Martial is that he's far too inconsistent to play a number 9 role for United. Yeah. There are sometimes I watch Martial and I go, what a baller he is. And I think back to actually the City game last season where he was the best player on a pitch by a mile against a rampant City team. Yeah. He was
When we stopped their run, you mean?
Well, sorry?
When we stopped their
Yeah, he was superb.
Do you know what that did as well? That, you make a good point now. That summed up his season, because people will, and rightly so in a way, because you're a striker, you are just by goals. People look at 4 Premier League goals, terrible. But look at the City game. A lot of people focus on the fact he missed that sitter, but he was man of the match.
Oh,
so yes, he didn't score, and yes, he missed an easy chance, but he was the best player we had.
His link-up play was superb.
Yeah.
He would drop so deep, get the ball, start moves. It was a really, really great performance, and he has that in his locker. However, the problem is an Anthony Martial that's not up for it, an Anthony Martial that's only 60-70% on confidence, he's anonymous.
I know. He's actually in the box. Sometimes he'll drop back still and try and get in the game, but there's too many times when, like you said, when he's not himself, when he's not at full strength, and where the ball's going in the box, you're like, where are you?
And I think he's so talented. He's such a talented player. And he always has been. Ever since we got him, when he was 18, 19, and he was skinning people and putting them on the backsides for fun. He's always been a superbly talented player. It's just doing it every week. And I'm not being funny, but if you're a big club like United, we can't have a striker who'll play great 1 in 4. You just can't.
Yeah. No. At some point, that's going to have to turn into 1 in 2. 3 and 4 rather than 1 in 4. Yeah. Like you said, at some point, now he's 25 as well, and he's proven. And like you said, Jay, this is his chance. And rather than looking at it like, I want Greenwood to play, I want to see Sancho, let's see what Martial can do. And we still have Sancho on the bench. We'll go through the bench. Obviously, you've seen it. Heaton, Dalot, James, Varane, Mata, Van der Beek, Lingard, Sancho, McTominay.
So this season is his chance.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't, what does he need to do this season to justify sticking with him? What would a successful season look like?
I think a minimum 10 Premier League goals.
Unless he has big injuries. You nailed it last season, right? And I think this is the thing. like, if he, let's say, he doesn't score as many goals as we want, but the goals he scores wins us trophies.
Yeah.
I think that's what the point you were making last season, towards the end of last season. If he'd have scored a winner in the Europa League final, everyone, I know he was, he's had injuries, so it didn't happen. But but there was a point where we thought it would be fit. You think, you can forgive players for that or not forgive him, but it can make it a decent season for them. Yeah. So if he scores vital goals, like he scored, when he burst onto the scene, he wasn't as prolific as something you might think in your memory, but he scored important goals.
Yeah, the Everton, 13 to 15 goals
the Everton semi-final, a prime example. Those match-winning goals that meant something. So I think if he can do that this season, if he can play a part in helping us win something, then he'll still have a future. But if we have, say, another season, and you keep making this point, John, you bang on, another season like last season, he can't afford to have that. We can't have 4 Premier League goals, whatever it was in all competitions, and none of them really affecting much in terms of. 2 of his goals, you mentioned the 9-0 in the Premier League, came in that 9-0. Now, goals in games count. I'm not one for going, but when you look at the context of his season...
Oh, totally. It's not going to change the mood around it.
Yeah, it's not great, is it?
We mentioned it before about Teddy Sheringham being a great example of that. Some of the goals he was involved in toward the latter end of the treble season were like... I think he scored 12 goals all season.
No, I wouldn't even give him that.
Yeah, not even that.
I remember seeing Teddy Sheringham, down the Munich tunnel in March in '99.
Yeah.
And I remember me and mate going, he's done here.
Yeah.
He ain't got a future here.
Yeah.
Because he was like 4th choice striker and he barely played. And then I think he got a couple of games in the Premier League. I think he played against Sheffield Wednesday or someone and scored. And then obviously scores in the FA Cup final, scores in the Champions League final. And then was PFA Player of the Year, I think, the next season. And 20 goals a season.
And another player that built a whole career on that. And this not the same level. That he's not going to be, Martial is never going to have the career that this man did. But he only had, Drogba only had 2 seasons where he got 30 goals, or 1 season where he got 30 goals. But he scored in all but one of the cup finals he ever played.
Drogba's goal scoring record is
important goals.
He had seasons where he scored 8 Premier League goals and stuff. It wasn't like he was prolific
but he scored
every
in
season.
Fucking every final.
You're right in what you're saying though. Not all goals are created equal. You know what I mean? And
a
1-0 win in a semi-final where you score is not the same as a 5-0 win against Norwich. Do you know what I mean?
Do you remember Eric in '96? He he scored something like 7 goals towards the end of the season. All 7-0 wins, including the FA Cup final. Sorry, 7-0 wins. All 1-0 wins, including the FA Cup final against the Scousers. That's match winning.
Difference maker. It's difference maker. I think myself, I am not against him starting as number 9 in this game. I know that Mason Greenwood played well against Leeds, but so did everybody. And I think that if you're going to play in that role, if you're going to inhibit the space in the squad that Mason Greenwood inhibits right now, you don't get to just be number 9. You have to play out wide. You have to play left wing. You have to play right wing. Sometimes you'll play up front, and he has to be that hybrid kind of player. He has to right now in his career. But I think Martial is a confidence player, and I think a high confidence Martial is one of the best strikers in Europe, and a low confidence Martial is absolute dog shit. And if we can use this game, a game that we should win, if he scores today, God, if he gets 1 or 2 goals, his confidence is going to be sky high, and that's going to see us through till when Cavani comes back. So I'm kind of for this.
No, I agree. Macafetti in the super chat says this is all it giving Martial a chance to find his form before Cavani, Sancho, Rashford are good to go. I'm just getting some of the other...
He's probably right there, to be honest with you. He's probably right. And you've got to say, though, that if that's the case, that's pretty good man management.
Assuming we win.
Yeah, but... to say, look, Sancho's come in. I know you're thinking about your place in the squad. I know you're looking over your shoulder next season. We're probably going to go in for Haaland. This is your chance now. Show me what you got.
100%. Cameron Lucy says, playing Martial today is the right option, in my opinion. Probably the easiest game we are playing. So if he scores today, he'll be confident. If he plays bad, you can bring Sandy on for him.
Sandy,
I like it.
I tell you who might be egregious not to be in the squad of the team. Scott McTominay, who I thought was really good against Leeds.
Yeah.
As much as anyone.
He was one of the few as well that had a good first half and a second half.
Yeah.
I thought he played well in both. I'm not saying he was the best player, but he was consistent throughout the game, where some players took a while to get going. Because the first half hour we were a bit all over the gap.
We saw... In the Leeds game, we saw that little niggly fouls are not being given anymore. The referees are letting games progress more. And you mentioned it, Joe's being part of the modern game, which we
became a catchphrase.
Took the piss out of a million
times.
Oh
yeah, sorry, just a lot of people in the comments saying Scotty's got a knock, hence the reason he's
got a knock.
So apparently that's what people are saying, so fair enough, thanks for that.
What I was going to say is that you get a big lad like Scott McTominay, 6'2", 6'3", absolutely massive, middle of the park. Yeah. That really is going to benefit him massively because he's just going to be able to use his strength to bully players.
Yeah. Oh, you know what made me laugh about these games? Was it James? Did you see him go flying into someone? Like Dan James of all people. I love that.
Put that on their TikTok,
did they? And do you know what? Like that well got the crowd going as well. That was like everyone. We're already going because it was one of the best atmospheres I've seen in a long time. But yeah, that was mint. That seeing little Dan James going for it.
It's interesting to think about the sort of the tactics and the ramifications of that. Refs being a bit more lenient because there are certain players that won't favour and certain players that definitely will favour. And I think someone more, like you said, more physical, uses their body more. Someone like McTominay might be, and to be honest, even Matic might work for him. A bit the slightly more cumbersome, leggy players, they might be. You know, you don't have to be quite as precise with your tackle anymore because even if you go through a bit of an ankle on the way, as long as you don't use too much force, it's not going to be a foul.
Even somebody like Paul Pogba, who doesn't get. I don't think his physicality gets talked about enough, but Paul Pogba is a big, strong, athletic player.
Yeah. And one of those who, when he's been like people grab onto him, he likes to sort of push someone off, take an extra touch, doesn't he? I think, if they're not giving fouls for that might help him.
Ruab Khalida in the super chat says the entire convo will become redundant if Tony plays on the left, Pog in the hole, and Bruno on the right. I mean, this is how it was last week. I don't know. I mean, I kind of like Bruno in that position where he is. I thought Paul Pogba did very, very well on the left. And again, you're moving everyone around a lot, aren't you? And it's like, maybe I saw someone else in the chat, and forgive me, I've missed where it was, but someone's saying almost you could even have Bruno as a 9. And I've seen this argument before because sometimes he has been our most forward player. Yeah. I'm not sure though. I always think he needs someone in front of him. As a setup, he can be the sort of almost leading the line at times, but I wouldn't have him as your striker because a lot of the time he does like to drop.
You
deep.
know this thing about Paul Pogba playing on the left, and I think that this is his best position. But this idea that he plays as a left winger, I swear, is a fucking myth. Because if you watch him during the game, he drifts all over the pitch. We were talking about the assist for Mason Greenwood, which was just incredible. But he's playing as a left-sided defensive mid at that point. He's maybe 30 yards away from where he should be. So when we see him out on the left, he doesn't play out on the left. He kind of occupies that space, but he'll go all over the place.
Yeah, and how often does he put crosses in with his left foot from the left-hand side? Barely ever. It's not like he's playing out as a winger.
Yeah, I find it a really interesting position because we see him out on the left, and I think we all kind of go, and we're not sure about it.
What do we do?
But you do that, don't you? You kind of go, but he goes all over the pitch, and if you watch him today, he'll be everywhere. He won't just stay in that left wing channel.
And also, I think really what that position for him is play on the left side of the midfield, but without the defensive duties of playing in the double pivot. That's essentially what it is, isn't it? Play where you want, but on the left-ish.
Well,
you don't have to come back as much.
This is the thing. If you're going to get Paul Pogba in this team, you kind of have to sacrifice the fact that you're going to play McFred or Matic Fred or some sort of hybrid of the two. And it does also make me wonder as well, in this sort of setup, which is United's favourite setup, you look at the players that you can't move. For me personally, I know people talk about playing Fernandes as a 9. I don't think you can move him from that 10 position because he's so fucking good. Pogba's playing his best football in that position. Where does Donny van der Beek fit in here?
That's made me laugh because I've just put that in a search into it because he's like the one you can guarantee will be trending when the team news is announced because people do, there's nothing wrong with liking Manchester United players. I'm not against that, but people have this affinity with Donny van der Beek and they want to see him start. And there is a sort of hardcore Van der Beek FC, for want of a better word. But it doesn't surprise me that much that he's not starting. I mean, he played in that behind closed doors game and he did quite well from what I saw, but he's not a first team player. And also, especially if somebody's got a knock, Matic is next in line, as we've seen. So
next in line to the throne.
Next in line to the double pivot throne or whatever.
It does make you wonder, like, what did we buy him for? Because I can't even see
lovely
how
blonde
he'd
hair.
The bants.
I can't.
You've not seen his lovely blonde hair?
Yeah, blonde hair bands.
He does look a little bit like, like Hitler Youth, doesn't he? He looks very like, but...
Could see him in Lederhosen, perhaps.
With a bratwurst. But here's the thing: is where does he fit in this? I don't.
Well, this thing about and maybe this is just because we haven't got a full strength team yet. By 3 or 4 players, Cavani, Rashford, Sancho, and Varane not all playing yet. Maybe this thing of us playing a 4-3-3 hasn't materialised as of yet, but maybe that will give him more opportunities when that does materialise, when we have a full strength team, when you can put...
I genuinely believe they thought Pogba was off last season.
Maybe.
They thought him as a replacement.
Yeah, they bought him in as a replacement, and then Pogba was like, I think I'm going to stick around.
I think there's an element of that, definitely. I think he was viewed as perhaps a potential replacement for Pogba who did go. I also think there's a fact of how easy that deal was to get done, where you had Van der Sar saying to the club, listen, we've got a kid here who wants to come to United, you can have him for 35 million.
Yeah.
Real Madrid want him.
Free postage and packaging.
Yeah, free.
Like, they just made
that's all included.
Next day, it's like Amazon Prime, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Ajax Prime.
Yeah.
Just unlike
my air fryer, which has been...
Right.
Yeah.
Just stop a sec. All this
that's been refunded.
What is this? I've been seeing all this air fryer shit on the internet. I don't get it.
Right.
We can talk about whether they're real or not even air fryers.
Like, my lady friend said to me, there's a thing on Amazon, air fryers that are 50 quid for $3.99. It looks like it's a mistake. Yeah, so get on it, right? If you want one.
Is this one of the things you saw on like Mirror Online or something?
No, it was like someone tweeted it.
I said this on Twitter. If you buy a £4 air fryer, you deserve it when your house burns down.
Yeah.
You literally deserve it.
Some people, Freddy, right?
Right.
Like a bargain.
Did you buy? Wait. Here's the question though. Here's the question.
Yeah.
Did you buy one or did you buy 90?
One.
Okay, fair enough.
We would like to be able to fry chips cheaply.
No, but
that's all it is. It's not that deep. It's
I said
fried chips cheaply is like red lorry, yellow lorry, isn't it? Fried chips cheaply.
So it's like, we've always fryer we can't really afford when we just oven chips. Oh, you get one £4. Oh yeah, why not?
If I said to you, Jay,
I mean, it's a bit hard to say you think my family should die in a fire.
He didn't say that. He said that the structure itself should perish, not the children within it.
So if I said to you, like, listen, Jay, I have got a link here for this website that's selling a Lambo for 50 quid.
Lamborghini.
Yeah. Would you buy it? If it turned up, would you drive it on the motorway?
We think it might be a
No,
mistake.
you wouldn't, because you know that you can't make that for that cheap.
Yeah, you can't make an air fryer for that. Also,
well, you probably can.
I bet you can't.
Do you reckon?
It'll be in that.
I bet it's around that
Here's
cost price.
An air fryer.
Yeah.
Do you know what you know what they are? It is literally, and I don't mean like, it is literally a small oven. Yeah. There is no difference. It's not anything other than a small oven.
So
you can fry.
You can't fry chips in.
It's not frying. It's just an oven. It's literally an oven.
I'm just going to throw this in there. I have an air fryer.
Yeah.
I have had one for 2 years.
Yeah.
I bought a Ninja Foodie that was nearly 200 quid.
Yeah.
Jesus
no, I should point this out. My missus bought it, right? And I said, "What the fuck are you buying that for? Yeah. You're never going to use it. It's going to sit on the counter like that pissing NutriBullet that you decided you were going to use. We're not going to need it."
Yeah.
Swear to God, I use it more than every other appliance.
But it is an oven, though, isn't it?
What, sorry?
It is just an oven, isn't it?
No.
What's different then?
So, apart from the fact that you can air fry things and grill things...
No, stop a sec. Don't just say apart from the fact you can air fry things. Like there's a long established history of air frying being a thing.
Okay, well, there is a long fry...
Okay, what does air fry mean?
What do you mean?
Bake.
What does air fry mean?
No,
Bake.
Yeah.
Anyone watching? We are going to get off this conversation quickly because I'm involved in it. Even I'm getting confused.
Okay, tell me
I'm
why
losing
it's
the will
different.
to live.
Okay.
Why is it different to an oven that heats up quickly?
Because you can slow cook in it. You can bake. You can literally bake bread in it.
You can. Oven.
Yeah, but why would you slow cook in an oven? What would you do? That would put your oven on for 8 hours.
Yeah.
Have a fucking $2,000 electricity bill because you wanted to make casserole.
Yeah, but all right then. If you wanted to slow cook, why don't you get a slow cooker?
Because it's not £4 on Amazon. That's the whole point.
All right.
Oh my God. Anyway, I got a refund. It's not happening. So yeah, live shit.
Live shit.
I wanted that air fryer that I'd never heard of before yesterday. Mario De Silva, who's stuck with us through all that nonsense, so I appreciate it, Mario. Do you think this formation operates more as 4-2-2-2?
No.
Right.
And
thank you.
Where does the width come from in a 4-2-2-2? Yeah. Unless you would.
But you were saying this though. You were saying that that's your concern about the team is there's no width.
Yeah, but if you have a 4-2-2-2, then I'm presuming he would mean having 4 at the back, Fred and Matic, and then having Pogba and Bruno, who will both want to occupy the same central position in the pitch, and then having Martial and Greenwood, who would naturally have to come out wide in order to provide any sort of width, which would mean that Pogba and Bruno will both have to occupy the number 9 space and the space in behind. So no.
Look at just seeing a picture of Romelu Lukaku. Who looks
do you know
like
what? It pisses me off so much because we got
the player we should have had.
Yeah, we got a big fat pile of nonsense. We got fucking Romelu Lukaku 2 because there was 2 of him because he was that fat. And we got fucking.
It's always a weird one with that with his second season because he bolts up, didn't he, after the World Cup? And I don't know if that was deliberate. Was it accidental? Was it Jose wanted him to be more of a target? No, but you know, like, was it like I'm going to get big to be more of a target man because that's what Jose wants me to do, which didn't suit his game at all, or was it just he let himself go?
I feel like when you get with like. You get with like your girlfriend, and when you get with her, she's really hot, and then over the course of like 2 years,
you let himself go.
Yeah, and you don't want to say anything, but you're like,
I think to be fair, in our house, that works the other way around. This is like when I got with him, he was half that size, and he had a full head of hair.
Did you say your first touch is gone?
Yeah.
About your missus. First touch is gone.
Subaroto Malik
you can't bring the ball down.
Says we get Bissouma, we win the lot. He was mint yesterday. I know it was only against Watford, but he was 10 out of 10 performance and just the type of player we need.
It's one of those, isn't it, where you just think if Ollie wants to play a 4-3-3, if he's obsessed with playing this single pivot with Pogba and Bruno in the middle sort of attacking, if we can make that happen for 35 million quid, why not? Why don't we just do it this season? Do you know what? I think that, personally, what you're laughing at?
Someone's commented he's Dutch, not German.
He's Dutch, not
We
German.
get that.
Nice one, mate. We got that. Cheers. Do you mean to tell me that Donny van der Beek is Dutch? Can't fucking believe that.
I think I missed this super chat, so forgive me. This is so sad. Alexa play Desposito, who's always commenting and getting involved in the chat. We appreciate it. It says, feel like Greenwood is on the right, so Sancho can come on for Martial if he's not playing well, so Sancho can ease into the team and Greenwood goes centre forward. That would be a logical tactical change, wouldn't it? If things aren't going our way. Yeah. Makes sense, doesn't it?
Does.
So
maybe also Sancho's not fit enough to play a full 90 minutes, and if you start him, that means you have to bring him off at 60. Whereas if you don't start him, you have the luxury of bringing him on at 60, and he can play 30 minutes that way.
We talk all the time about like new signings and stuff, and wanting to see them in the team, as every fan does. But a responsible manager is going to take time to bed these players in, because if you chuck Jadon Sancho into play 90 minutes on his first game and 90 minutes on his second game and 90 minutes on his third game, and he has an all right game but he doesn't set the world on fire, all of a sudden the media, being the way they are, start going, oh, you paid 75 million for this lad. He's not working out, is he? And it starts becoming a head fuck for these players, especially because he's only 21, 22. I think they're doing the right thing personally. Just bleed him into the team.
Seamus Nolan says people need to chill on the team selection. This is about using the squad, and if we are serious about winning the title, we should beat the Saints with any team we put out. Yes, the Saints, when the Saints go marching in. Reece Robinson says, any chance Martial actually plays on the right today? I mean, strange things have happened. We haven't seen a lineup that, Sky or whoever or MUTV or ourselves have put in a one formation, and actually when you see him start, it's not. I don't see it though. I don't see Martial playing anywhere other than down the middle in that team. Might be wrong, but that's just how I see it.
Do you know what it is? I mean, I said this last time. I don't think Martial is industrious enough to play as a winger. In that I don't think he does enough off the ball. I don't think he does enough defensively. I don't think he tracks back enough. I don't think that's part of his game, and I don't think it ever will be. However, if you look at the right-hand side of that pitch, usually I'd say no, he plays as a number 9 because he doesn't have the work rate to play out on the wing. But if you look at that right side of our pitch, we've got Wan-Bissaka, who's a defensive-minded player. We've also got Matic, who's not getting forward. So maybe the balance is right for him to play on the right.
Can you just read out what Graham Souness
has I just did a search there on Twitter, Souness, because he's on the screen in the background. I thought, wonder what pearl of wisdom Mr. Souness has come out with this week. And he's put about Jadon Sancho. I'm not sure if they really needed him.
No, you're right. I mean, we can more than happily cope without a right winger for 6 seasons.
Yeah, exactly. like all good teams do. We sign one right winger every 10 years. The last one being Antonio Valencia, and even that's too much, isn't it, Graham?
That's absolutely fine. Do you know what I mean? That makes tons of sense. Graham,
what is he on about?
You absolute fucking gammon-headed idiots.
Honestly, I'm not sure they need it.
Right, can I just read out this as well, because this is kind of where you've contradicted yourself in the same sentence. So he says, Jadon Sancho, I'm not sure if they really need him, because you've got Graham. Graham
Souness.
You've got Graham Souness.
No, come on, let's go back to your bed. You don't play for Man United.
You've got Greenwood, who can fill in a wider area, although I think he will ultimately be through the middle.
Oh, nice one. And then how about what happens is, so Mason Greenwood plays on the right, and then he goes to a number 9, and just for a couple of years, we don't even play with any. We just play with 10 men. Do you know? Don't even play with a winger because Greenwood's moved.
Do you know what? I'd have much more respect for Graham Souness if he just came out and went, do you know what? I fucking hate United.
I know.
I hate United.
I'd have more respect from he came out and said, I sniff spice every morning. I've got a problem.
If he just
then I'd probably feel sorry for him.
Do you know what? I'm a Liverpool legend. I fucking hate United. Pogba's a donkey. United is shit. Go fuck yourselves. I'd be like, all right, at least he's being honest in what he thinks. But this idea that he's even close to being a serious pundit, he looks like an alcoholic. He looks ridiculous.
Yeah,
he talks balls.
And also, at least, I know that, they make plenty of mistakes, Neville and Carragher, but at least they admit, A, some of their biases, and B, like when United are shit, no one goes harder on them than Neville. Do you know what I mean? Like, at least they go after their own club as well. Souness is just boringly predictable at this point. Like, we don't need Sancho. What are you on about?
I'm getting almost sick of the quality of punditry available on like mainstream media stuff. Yeah. It's no wonder you guys have got 600k, because I genuinely mean it when I say that we know more about football than that idiot, and it's amazing because he's played football.
Yeah, at a very high
level. Very good player.
Yeah. But he's managed as well. People, let's not forget, he's managed in the Premier League. Yeah. He's got all the experience. He played in Italy, obviously won European Cups as they were then, won titles. So in terms of what he's achieved in the game, even though I don't like him, you can't question that. No. But his opinions, and listen, one thing I've not got a problem with is if you want to criticise players for their performances, their consistency, you want to look at it like that. That's fair enough. But when you don't want to go over old ground, but with the Pogba thing, Pogba gets 4 assists. He should be doing that in a game. He should be doing that anyway, despite the fact that no Manchester United player has ever done that in the Premier League. When you look at players like Ronaldo and Scholes and all the players we've had over the years. So that's nonsensical. And when he won't even discuss it with someone, like when Michael Richards raises a point and he waves his hand at him and says, let's move on. It's just, there's obviously an agenda there. And I don't like using that word agenda because it gets overused. But there obviously is.
He's almost unique in his ability to say one thing and to be wrong in 2 different ways. Exactly. So he said Paul Pogba was, you expect that for £100 million man. And it's like, okay, number 1, we didn't pay 100 million quid for him, so you're wrong on that account. And number 2, what are you talking about? 4 assists a game as an expectation. If he scored, if he scored 4 goals a game, would you go, you expect that?
I expect, what's that, like 120 goals a season?
130 assists in 2000, that year that Thierry Henry did that, because we expect that, and all the top players get that.
Just nonsense.
The most assists ever recorded in the Premier League in a season is 20.
Right.
So 4, we expect that.
Do you know if he'd have said, that's what Pogba's capable of. He's capable of that level of performance. He needs to do it a bit more often.
Yes.
All right, okay, I get that. I understand that. But when you say you expect 4 assists from him every game, that's just stupid.
I'd like it. I'd buy into it more, right? If Souness said that, and then he looked at the camera and gave a little wink and a little smile as if to say, I'm fucking baiting you here, lads. Exactly. But it's the fact that he's got this genuine belief about what he says.
It seems to.
We'll move on from Graham Souness, obviously, because he's just...
But it's worth mentioning, because you just have an opinion that isn't shit, seemingly on purpose.
XCubesX says, love that, made me laugh, lads. Cheers. Aditya Gautam says, Graham Souness is irrelevant. It's embarrassing. He's wrong all the time. That's someone who's been a member for 9 months, so appreciate all your support. And as has been mentioned, we are up to 600,000 subscribers now, so thanks for everyone who showed us Excuse me.
Yeah.
Drinking Pepsi Max cherry too quickly. Shown us a lot of support over the years, especially since we took over the channel last year. We're on 507 likes. Let's get up to 1,000 likes.
Come on. Likes.
There's 3,754 people watching. Let's get 1,000 likes by kickoff. We've got
Christmas.
12 minutes.
Oh, kickoff, yeah.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
Hey?
I've had 1,000 likes before.
Sounds hard. Ben Holland says, Pogba equalled his assists from whole of last season in just one game. Kind of seemed Souness has a point. Does he have a point in that? That's not what Souness said though. If Souness had said he needs to do it more consistently, fair enough. But he was saying he should. That's what he expects every game. That is a little bit of a sort of telltale sign though about Pogba. But the fact that I think you mentioned this the other night. You know, he didn't get many assists last season, did he? He didn't get a lot of goals. He got some important ones.
3 Premier League assists last season.
And 3 goals was it as well?
I'm not certain.
I remember there's Burnley, Fulham, and West Ham. I think. And we're missing one. Forgive me. So for a player of that caliber, yes, you expect more than 6 goal involvements. It ain't good enough.
No.
There's no point in being silly about it. But
should have scored as well.
But he started the season very well. Yeah. We know what he's capable of. He is one of our best players, and he could have a big say in what happens for United this season. He could be the difference for us if we are going to win any silverware. We need Paul Pogba playing well. Yeah, a lot of people sort of mentioned it as well. I saw this on Twitter, and people are talking about here now, saying about Grealish. How many goals are assisted? 100 million. Grealish getting City then? Does this mean that Grealish is a flop already? He got his goal yesterday, didn't he?
Just about. He was basically the wall that the ball hit before it went in the net. Did you see his goal?
Yeah, it sort of bounced off him, didn't it?
Someone just kicked it at him.
Yeah.
Fair, it's still a goal.
Yeah. Rebecca Jade O'Sullivan, who's been a member for 13 months, so is involved in the chat. Thanks, Rebecca. Says, can we just talk about the fact it's our first match as away fans and we'll probably be the loudest set of fans? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer spoke about our away fans, didn't he? Said we're the best away fans, I think, in the country, I think he said, or something like that. And he's right. The United's away support is phenomenal. It really is. And if you're watching and you hear it on the telly or whatever, and you think you can only hear United fans, that's for a reason.
That's true.
Yeah, it's not just because they've just stuck microphones only next to us.
Also, the best away team in the country.
That's the point. Let's talk about that. Yeah. Because today, United are 26 games unbeaten away from home in a row.
Yep.
If we don't lose today, that'll go to 27. See, would you have known that? 26, don't lose again, that'll go to...
What did he say?
28?
27.
27, sorry. I was looking at a picture.
It worked because that was part of the joke, Freddy. Thank you.
Okay.
That will equal the longest Premier League record ever, which was Arsenal 27 away games in a row. So if we don't lose today, this is the equal longest unbeaten away run in Premier League history.
There's a chant in that, isn't there? Equal longest running away from home. You'll never sing that. Undefeated. You'll never sing that. Yeah. We'll make that
unless you're Arsenal fans, then you will sing it.
All right. Yeah. When's the parade? No, it's a phenomenal
record.
Exceptional
though, isn't
it? Yeah, it is. And when you look at the nature of some of those games as well, we're going behind constantly at one point, and battling back. It shows that there's a real sort of mental toughness.
Ollie mentioned that as well, didn't he? Because he said, we can't do that this season.
No.
We can't do, because I think it was 10 or 11 games where
we
were behind and we still didn't lose.
Yeah. And we won a lot of them as well.
Yeah, most of them, yeah. And he said, we're not going to be able to go away from home with away fans in the stadium, or what would be their home fans, go behind and win a dozen games or whatever it was. We can't do that this year. We need to be more sort of defensively sound from the start. Are you at all concerned about this game?
A little bit, because I think when you go into a game, and we've all done it, I'm not just having a dig at you, but when you go, look at their team compared
to...
you
are having a dig
I am having a dig at you because, someone's got to. No, but when you put it out before, you went, not one of their players gets in our team. And I think I said it about the Arsenal game last season at the Emirates where we drew 0-0. It was like, this is the worst Arsenal team I've ever seen. And yet we took 1 point off them, I think, all season. So
we barely beat... Ollie hasn't beaten Arsenal yet, has he?
No.
In the league.
In the league, beat him in the FA Cup, didn't we? Just before we get on to you, Freddie, Josh McCosh, member for 9 months, so thanks for your support, says, if United win the everything, Souness will still say that this squad will never win anything.
Or he'll just say we expect that from him.
Yeah.
We expect him to win the quadruple. Look how much money
also, Juan Martinez says, who's also a member as well for 9 months for the Academy, thank you.
Thank you very much,
says, do you think the new modern era, in inverted commas, calls in the Prem will affect English teams in Europe? More calls cards against us. Congrats on 600k, everyone.
That's a nice little talking point. I like that. Is that going to fuck us up in the Champions League? Basically, 2 different reffing styles.
Yes.
Yeah. It could. No, it actually could though, couldn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I think it could fuck up every English team. I think I think it's a lot to I think it's a lot for players to acclimatise to go, okay, you're playing a domestic game here, so you can get away with a more rough style.
Robust.
Yeah, robust.
I like that word. Very political.
Or, on Tuesday, however, you're playing in fucking Portugal, and that means that if you touch somebody, then that's the end of you.
Yeah.
I think you get used to playing a certain way.
Of course.
That's exactly the same way why, like on corners and stuff, you don't go from man marking to zonal marking depending on the corner.
No.
Do you know what I mean? You stick with one system.
Yeah.
We're on 873 likes, and we've got, what have we got? Is it 6 minutes or something, or 10 minutes before? How long have we got? 13 minutes before kickoff. We can do this, people. We can get 126 likes, whatever we need.
105.
105 now. Just shot up there.
Rocketing.
Come on, let's get to 1,000 likes. If we get 1,000 likes,
Take
then
top off.
United will win.
Oh yeah, United will win.
That's
Sorry.
a fact.
I went different
Yes.
with it.
Oh, there we've done it. We're on 1,038.
We've done it.
Smashed it.
Oh, we've done it.
Absolutely
Now,
smashed around it. There's a player on the screen with your hands up. James Ward-Prowse, who's got a bit of a reputation for being a dead ball specialist.
Well, he specialised in scoring a free kick against us last season.
Yeah,
and I know we won against Southampton, obviously the 9-0, but the game before that was a tricky one, wasn't it? Is that when Cavani had to come on and bail us out?
Yeah, and the last minute header won it for the 3-2, which has been a popular scoreline with us in Southampton, hasn't it? 3-2.
Famously.
Yeah, and the League Cup final and all that.
I mean, you asked before whether or not we would be worried by this game. I personally am not, but
confident.
Football isn't a foregone conclusion. Do you know what I mean? If it was, none of us would watch it. But you have to look at this logically, and if you were betting on a team, you'd have to bet on United based on the fact that our away form last season was incredible, based on the fact that we won 5-1 in the opening day of the season and looked great, and based on the fact that in the last half of the season, Southampton had the worst form of any team in the division.
Is that true?
Yes, wow. since I think January the 17th. They actually had a table up before they'd finished bottom.
Oh, I missed that.
And then obviously they've lost their two best players.
Yep.
They lost on the opening. And anything can happen in football. I know anything can happen. But if we are a serious side, which we say we are, then we should be looking at this and we should be winning this without any problems.
Nerve-wracking, isn't it?
It is. And
banana skin feeling.
One thing that Ollie kind of sorted out a little bit from the previous season was we had a decent record, didn't we, against some of the bigger teams 2 seasons ago, I think it was.
Yeah, 2 seasons ago.
And then we had this sort of not so great record against some of the lower teams. He sorted that out, and then at one point our record against the big 6 wasn't great. We kept having these 0-0s.
Flipped it, didn't we?
Yeah, we had a lot of 0-0s. Lost obviously to Chelsea, to
Arsenal at home.
Was it? Sorry,
Spurs.
Arsenal at home. Spurs obviously wasn't great. So we just need to find that where we can turn up for the big games like we have done, and also deal with the likes of Southampton and some of the teams that are near the bottom, because like you've both said, we should be beating Southampton. I mean, yes, they've got 1 or 2 decent players, but they've not got many, have they? It's not like this is a team that you go, oh, crikey.
Look as well, if you're a player that's playing for Southampton, if you're a James Ward-Prowse, I know he's just signed a long-term contract, but his head got turned by Aston Villa, and he's looking at, Vestergaard, who's left. He's looking at Ings, who's left. He's looking at the fact that they were bottom last season, in the latter half of the season. He's got to be thinking we're gearing up for a relegation fight. Yeah. And last season aside, it's been a long time since Southampton have geared up for a relegation fight. Historically, they've always been a top half team.
They've done well, haven't they? Because they have these sort of managerial changes, and you question it at Claude Puel and Koeman and whatever, and you go, oh, I don't know about this. And looking at the squad they've got, they lose players, but they always seem to be there or thereabouts in the sort of safety. Yeah. But this might be a season too far. We had a load of score predictions earlier on. People sent in their score predictions. Thanks to everyone that did. We appreciated that. And you can get involved. What's it? Matchday, Paddock?
Paddockmatchday@gmail.com.
Yeah, so for the next one.
Only been 18 months.
I know, sorry.
I've
get involved in that for the next game.
Send your videos in.
Yes, sorry.
In terms of score predictions, I've had a little bet on. I've had a bet on Martial to score anytime.
Yeah.
Fernandes to assist anytime, and United to win 3-1.
What kind of odds are we talking for that?
40 to 1.
Jesus, what kind of bunts are we talking?
I love that.
What kind of what?
Well, it's office.
Bunts and burner.
Wow. Look at what he's doing with his fingers.
Yes,
it's like the worst.
Smashed
like
it.
the worst
Smashed it
foreplay
there
with
the
Got one of the tits in there.
the Office reference. I love it.
I don't know how it works.
Just one of the tits. The other one can wait.
The other one
it's
can
just.
fuck off. Yeah, get your score predictions in the comments as well, and we'll go around in just a minute and see what we think.
3-1 United. That's
3-1.
what I'm
You're
going
going
with.
for 3-1.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, you've put your money where your mouth is.
I have put my money where my mouth is. I did that last week as well, where I literally paid for a super chat.
Oh yeah, he paid for.
You paid
chat.
for a super
I
while you were
paid
here.
for a super pat. Yeah, because
Super
somebody
Super pat.
Super pat. No, that's
Like-
that's my grand superhero
That's my
name. No, he read out a thing where somebody said that Joe was the funniest of the lot, and I was like, I'm not fucking having that. So
Freddie's
I
funny
paid a
for the
£5
job.
for him to read something else out.
Marco Gianni Tromp, who's been a member for 9 months of the Academy, says, congrats on 600k. You lads do amazing work. Up the Paddock, 3-1 United today.
3-1.
I'm going
He's
to
got
run
it
through
as well.
I'll run through some of these scores quickly. Matthew Lambert says 4-1. Eric Chua says 9-0 United. Puppy Zebra 22, 4-2. Reece Williams 2-0 Pogba and Bruno goals. Cijo James John says 8-0. We've had a few 9-0s as well. Miles Miller says I want 9-0. Josh White at 3-1. Venka Hanker says 5-1. Natural Red says 2-2.
Natural.
It would
Go on
be
then, Jay.
massive disappointing if we didn't win today, wouldn't it? If we got a draw, I mean, I know you can look at, okay, the circumstances might be we get a last-minute equaliser to make you feel a bit better. But going into it now, before kick-off, you would be disappointed with anything less than 3 points.
I mean, again, like you said, it depends on the performance as much as anything else.
Yep.
And if we absolutely spank them 6 ways from Sunday and we look incredible and they get like a dodgy VAR call and a dodgy penalty and it's just one of those games, then you go, it's disappointing, but over the course of a season, this will happen to every team. But if we don't dominate this game, regardless of what the scoreline is, we need to dominate the game.
Right, there's a debate going on here, Joe, that you need to settle. Stano, who's been a member for 9 months, thanks for your support in the first team, says, Joe, can you settle a debate? Would you class Worksop as part of Knots? Also, congrats on being the only YouTubers my wife doesn't complain about.
Great.
Thanks
Would I
for
class
that.
it as part of Not? It's
No.
weird because it's in Nottinghamshire, but it's got a Sheffield postcode. I think I would say.
But Workshop, from my comedy travelling,
Go on then.
Workshop is by Mansfield, isn't it?
Ish.
It's near Sheffield.
It's near Sheffield, but it is in Nottinghamshire. In my head, I don't think I associate more closely to Sheffield than Nottingham.
Right.
In my head.
Yeah.
So I would go with that, but it is technically not. So I don't know. In my head, I'm not from Nottingham. I'm from more like Sheffield, but even then.
Barnsley's got a Sheffield postcode as well.
But Barnsley's close to Sheffield, though, isn't it? Barnsley's 10 miles from Sheffield? Anyway, in my head, not really, no.
Well, all I can say is you showed me some pictures of Workshop and it looks lovely.
Fuck off, yeah?
It's mate.
What was that for? It looks similar to my area where I grew up.
So
in.
here's
That's
a
cool.
so here's a
Get
fact.
out. Bottle of water.
I was about 8 years ago.
Trying to be nice about
I
your
was
area,
about 8
about
years
your
ago.
ends,
Go on.
yo.
About 8 years ago, I was doing a gig in the theatre in Workshop. There was myself.
Well, the Regal?
Yes.
Good lad.
There was myself. There was a comedian called Andrew Lawrence, who is on Twitter and mental. And there was a comedian called Fern Brady, who is very funny. And me and her were doing a car share from Manchester, and a guy undercut me on the motorway. So I got really pissed off, drove right beside him, and she pulled out of her bag and got a 12-inch dildo and started waving it at him, and his whole fucking wife and kids were in the car, and I've never seen a more confused-looking guy ever. He was like, because he was in his BMW, and he looked like such a prick, like, oh yeah, I'm overtaking everyone, and then all of a sudden he sees a massive dildo being waved at him, and his kids are like, Daddy, what's that?
Could you perhaps give any more details on anything else that was in that bag? Was it just the dildo?
It was
or was
just
it like
a dildo.
keys?
Well, I imagine like lunch as well.
Lunch.
Yeah,
keys,
yeah,
your
like
phone, your dildo, just the
Yeah.
essentials.
dildo and a packed lunch. That's
Well done,
what
there.
else do
Make
need
sure you've
for
got
a
your
gig.
School trip
you know,
sorted,
exactly. Fergal McClements in the super chat says, is it dangerous playing Lindelof in case his weaknesses are really highlighted, then hooked off for Varane and his confidence goes as a third choice?
Interesting. I reckon if Lindelof becomes third choice, you're going to lose a bit of confidence regardless of the circumstances. And I don't think that this is, on paper, obviously a game where Lindelof's weaknesses would be exploited necessarily. I think, is it Adam Armstrong? Is he starting for him?
I've just seen...
Should we just do... Go on. Sorry, Freddie, finish your point and we'll just do the Southampton things. I don't even think we read it out.
I was going to say, I've just seen, just in the corner of the screen there, Jesse Lingard, who's on the bench.
Yeah.
Now, am I the only person that is kind of hoping he leaves for 25 million quid?
No, I think that's quite a popular idea. Yeah, I think a lot of people who
kind of want him to go.
Even those of us like myself and Joe who like Jesse and appreciate what he's done, but feel like I don't want to see Jesse seeing out the rest of his contract sat on a bench. And even if we're being, sometimes he might even struggle to make the bench.
And also, if you want to be nice to Jesse, or not nice, but sort of, you care for his well-being and his time, you don't want to see that for him. But also just for Manchester United, even if you're being completely selfish to the club, that having a player on the bench that is worth between 20 and 25 million isn't good business.
I'll be honest.
It doesn't work for anyone.
I find Jesse Lingard a very difficult player to like, myself as a United fan. And the reason being is because I don't get on board with this whole J Lings, I'm a brand shit. Like, I prefer somebody like Raphael Varane, who's come in and has just looked like a consummate professional. I prefer like your Juan Matas, who just get the head. I'll always have a soft spot for Juan Mata because I think the way he conducts himself is just as a classy.
You're not a fan
individual.
of the more modern sort of.
I'm going to be honest, it doesn't really bother me.
I'm a brand thing. I just don't get it. But
my heroes used to drink like 12 pints of Stella or something in a spare time, or ram a pint pot into some barman's face and spend the day in court. So I don't mind. I understand. Like, there's a lot of people that they get turned off by that sort of thing. Personally, I'm just going to run through quickly the Southampton team because we did the disservice of not even mentioning it. You got Alex McCarthy. I'm just going to read this out in the order it's written because I don't even know where some of these people play. Alex McCarthy, Tino Livramento, Jack Stevens, Mohamed Salisu, Romain Perot, Oriol Romeo, James Ward-Prowse, Theo Walcott, Musa Gineppo, Che Adams, Adam Armstrong, and on the bench you've got Forster, Bednarak, Walker Peters, Valerie Diallo, Elianusi, Teller, Redmond and Long.
So the way you've read it out is probably how they'll line up, which is a 4-4-2.
So team order.
So Livramento is a left back that they have signed from Chelsea's youth academy that is meant to be pretty good. Perraud is a player that they brought in from, I want to say, Brest or somewhere
good
like
knowledge,
that.
mate.
And then Jack Stevens and Salisu are the centre backs, and then Romain and Ward-Prowse will be in the middle. Walcott on one side, Gineppo on the left, and then Che Adams will probably drop off Adam Armstrong. But I don't want to say worrying, but what's interesting about that is if you look at Theo Walcott and Musa Gineppo, they are two players with bags of width. They are wide players day in, day out. Theo Walcott is going to hug the touchline, and so will Gineppo. Is Pogba going to come back for that? Is Greenwood going to try?
Hopefully,
if
we're just going to hold so much of the ball.
I know Matic drifts over, doesn't he?
Yeah,
he covers the left back.
Yeah,
so sure he'll probably get a bit of protection from him.
Yeah.
But yeah, over on Wan-Bissaka's side, there might be a little bit more space for them to try and exploit.
I'm really interested to see this Adam Armstrong lad. It's popped up on the screen there that he hit the top speed on the opening weekend. So
that's what counts.
Yep.
But who else was on that? Someone dead slow was on that list then. Or not dead slow. Patrick Bamford was on that list.
Was he?
And you're not like, and fair enough, he might have his with top speed, but like Chris Smalling used to have an incredible top speed, but you could still get turned. It's the first 10 yards that matter more than your top speed in football. Like, there's plenty of players who aren't quick who skinned players. Do you know what I mean? That's the most important thing.
Fergal McClements back in the super chat says, good point, Joe, but corners and free kicks from Ward-Prowse on Lindelof could really expose him.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. I'm not saying Lindelof doesn't have weaknesses just because they haven't got a 6'8", tank of a striker. I know that's his big weakness, but I just think we should have a lot of the ball. Like you said, Lukaku, someone who's faster than him, stronger than him, better in the air than him. That's his real weakness.
Yeah.
Not maybe someone like Adam Armstrong who's smaller. But anyway, still could get turned, obviously.
But do you know what's really interesting about that? Because you look at
players just taking the knee.
What, sorry?
I'm just saying the players, this is where we're up to. The players are taking the knee, so just about to kick off.
It's always a little bit of drama, that, isn't it? When you look and you go, is anyone not? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's always a little bit where you go, oh, okay.
A quick prediction necessary. I'm going to go 2-0 because I haven't said mine yet.
2-0.
2-0.
Good lad.
Manchester United.
I've gone 3-2, I think.
0-2.
You always look at, like, with Victor Lindelof, and, he's not very good in the air. But I always think about, like, Javier Mascherano and how he played for Barcelona as a centre-back. And I swear to God, he was about 5'8".
Yeah.
It's like, how did he never get
I don't know.
dominated? How did that never happen?
No, because there's some big strikers in the league at that time as well.
How did we know? Yeah, like
Costa and
Lorente.
Lorente.
And stuff.
Who's the other one? The Bilbao striker that was like 37, just retired.
Oh, God,
You know what I mean?
What was he called?
Black hair. Fuck's sake.
It's called like Adrian or something like that.
No, he's tiny. Do Bilbao striker. People be screaming it in the comments. Anyway, free kick to Southampton. He takes a shot as well, and De Gea parries it wide.
To be fair, I don't think that was anywhere near as dodgy as what it looked.
Aduriz.
Oh, Aduriz, yeah. Look, he always saw that. He always had
the
that.
tricky bit was it bounced just before De Gea, didn't it? So he had to time that.
Creeping
nicely.
in, but yeah.
Good save. Comfortable.
A corner, though, which is always worrying against Southampton.
Yeah, it is. Make sure you just scroll the comments a touch because obviously people are going to be able to
Yeah,
see it.
no worries. Juan Martinez says, Andreas leaving freed up some salary in a position. Just waiting for this corner, actually. Terrible. But if Jesse left too, that should be enough for Neves or Bissouma.
Yeah.
Need more to leave. Too many.
He's right. He is absolutely right. Oh, James Ward-Prowse, thanks for staying. Loyalty matters.
Someone with a cardboard sign there, wearing some guy in a business suit wearing like
sunglasses right from the early 90s.
Yeah, and he's got a bit of a cardboard thing that he's made there with a bit of marker.
That's what he's on about because he's never thrown his clothes out in 20 years. His loyalty matters.
Loyalty to those sunglasses.
Reusing his Kellogg's cornflakes packets because loyalty matters.
Yeah.
Do you know what? With stuff like that, like loyalty matters and stuff like that, I always think like when Villa fans were having a dig at Grealish and stuff, it's like, oh, what the fuck was that?
Giving the ball away there.
Here we go. I always think when Villa fans are having a dig at Grealish, it's like, what do you want from him?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? What do you want him to stay at Villa and win?
Oh my
Lord!
Touch there. He's made up for it though. Block the cross.
This is
another corner. Not a good start. No, it's 2 minutes in. This is the second corner Southampton have had. Little bit of a mix up here. Shaw into Maguire's touch was a bit heavy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But he
to be fair, it's still asking him a lot. He probably should have just let it run to David De Gea.
Yeah. Should have gone back to the goalkeeper, but
still, it's a big flex 2 minutes in to nutmeg yourself on your own box, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
It's a big fucking power play that. That's an Eric Bailly move. That, isn't it?
Eric Bailly stinks at that move.
Yeah, well, you go, Jesus, Eric, what are you doing?
Another shit corner there.
Yeah, he looks like he's scuffed
Don't
it.
just boot it. Come on. Bit of composure there. Greenwood pass was on.
There. Let's get the ball down.
That's
a great
did
pass.
well there. And Pogba now.
Oh, what a ball that
Greenwood
is.
over on the right hand side.
Just drifted.
What a ball.
Cut back. Yeah, great pass from Fred there. Ball came down and just sort of trapped it to Pogba, didn't he? Lovely touch.
Man on.
And then a shit touch. And he's kept it.
Well done, Fred.
He's getting already in the start.
That's a foul.
This. Not these days, mate. It's the modern era these days.
Through the back of him.
You don't get them anymore.
In the start of this, already they seem to be absolutely hounding Fred when he gets the ball.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether or not that is a little tactic that they've worked on to. Two men have pressed Fred both times he's had it. Should get the ball here again.
That's a bit much of him there from Martial to Fred. It was short.
Yeah. Quite a frantic start though, isn't it? A lot of like misplaced passes and pressing from both teams.
Wow, he looks rough, doesn't he?
Harson Hootel.
What the hell?
He looks like he's come straight from a stag do.
He does, doesn't he? He's got a waistcoat on. Looking rough.
He looks like,
mate,
he looks like his wife's kicked him out and he's had to sleep in the car.
Yeah.
He looks dreadful.
It's the waistcoat and the grandad collar together.
He just looks... Brush your hair, Ralph. What are you doing?
Ralph. You forget he's called Ralph.
Fucking wrecked it, Ralph.
Yeah, he's fucked it.
Wrecked his marriage, Ralph.
Theo Walcott here. Down the right hand side.
Goal is.
Can
we just get the temperature up a little bit, please? I'm quite cold. Sorry, I'm quite cold.
I'm
wasting away.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to slow this down a touch.
Yeah, we do need to slow this down. It's hectic as fuck, innit?
This is better. They're not actually pressing.
Do you know what's really interesting is when you're watching the two up front for Southampton, watch how they close down the passing lanes in the middle for United centre-backs. Yeah. Can you see?
Yeah.
It makes it really hard for United to play out of the back, and we've lost the ball. Oh, we nearly lost the ball again.
But yeah,
that's a really fucking smart little piece of shit, that.
They're stood between the lines from Maguire to like Matic, aren't they?
Yeah, because the thing is obviously if you are playing out wide, that is a trigger to press because you have less passing options out wide than you do centrally.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant.
Is that a free kick? Yeah. Luke Shaw gets a foul.
Oriol Romeu is going to love this new rule, isn't he? He's a proper Roman gladiator, isn't he?
I mean, I'm probably going to embarrass myself here, but I'll do it anyway. Go on. Yellow shorts for United. Is that the first time we've had those?
I can't think of yellow shorts.
That's a foul, come on!
Have a word, ref.
It's got to be a book in that. Surely, even though it's 5 minutes in, it's so late.
Yeah, just booted him on the ankle.
It's so late.
Let's have a look at this now.
Ah, mate, that's so late.
There's that guy again with his sunglasses in the crowd.
Was it?
Yeah.
He's obviously in a very prominent spot, isn't he?
He's a real star of this show. So United have got a free kick.
What, so 25 yards out?
Yeah, it's quite far out.
Again, pressing the life out of Fred's not happy there, is he? Again, they're pressing the life out of Fred when he's got the ball.
Yeah, like you saying, it might be something they've looked at.
He's certainly the weakest on the ball of the midfielders. I think Matic is probably better than him as well.
Bruno whips it.
Oh, that's got to be it! Oh, it's in the bar! Martial! It's in! That's in, I think. Is it not in?
It's not. Incredible.
He's not at the thing. He's not at the Hawkeye, has he?
Who was that at the near post?
That's Paul.
Who missed the first
I'm not sure what went on there.
Pogba at the bar, then it bounced down. Martial headed it from about 5 yards out, gets blocked on the line.
That's how you take a free kick, James Ward-Prowse, you whopper.
It's Matic.
Is it Matic?
Yeah, it's Matic.
Oh, he missed that by a mile.
It's Lindelof.
That is so close.
It's close there, Martial.
Oh, Lindelof missed that by a fucking... It's embarrassing out. Oh, my Lord.
Then Pogba catches it. But this one...
Yeah, it's not.
It's not real.
Actually, I don't even think any of it's over the line.
Yeah.
He's missed it by a mile, though. Lindelof there.
Oh, goalie nearly gets fucking trampled on there. Does his best to
well annoying.
Hey, that was nearly my Anthony Martial to score at any time, wasn't it?
Very, very nearly.
And it would have been... it wouldn't have been a Bruno.
Great free kick by Bruno, by the way.
It wouldn't have been a Bruno assist. If anything, it should be a Lindelof assist for missing it completely. A header.
That's better, though, from United.
Go on, Mason.
Box straight away. Little 1-2. Fred and Mason just sort of scuffs it wide a bit. Dangerous, though.
He looks like he's starting higher up as Fred. It looks like Matic is staying further back. But Fred, from what we've seen here, is quite high up in the final third of the pitch. Look how rough he looks.
That's a noodle.
You know what it is? It's not the beard. His hair's up at the corners. It's all spiky, he's not touched it. Good start from United. After that initial couple of minutes.
Yeah, you're right. Look more into the game now. Last couple of minutes.
Getting the ball forward really quickly, which is good. Is that Matic?
Yeah.
It is, dropping right in the defence there. Almost like a back three.
Whoa, who did we see there, Fred? Who did we fucking see?
He didn't need to do that then. He had enough time to take a touch.
Yeah. Fred, just remember who you are. You're not Paul Pogba. You're not 20-yard passes. You get the ball and you pass it to someone better than you. But there's nothing wrong with that.
That's what Brian Clough told Roy Keane.
Mate,
he said, you get hold of the ball and you give it to someone else.
Didier Deschamps.
That's your job, Irishman. That's what he used to call him.
Didier Deschamps, the water carrier, made a fucking career out of it.
Not a bad career either, is
it? Getting the ball and passing it to someone who's fucking good.
Yeah, it's kind of worked out for him.
Won it again as a manager.
Yeah.
Obviously not with 10-yard passes, but...
I mean, that's overlooked, man. Running constantly for 90 minutes is a talent amongst itself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You talk about skills and stepovers and first touches and vision and shit. Being an absolute Park Ji-sung workhorse is in itself a talent.
Why does it look like he's got green screen arms on, like he's doing something like where he's going to make him vanish later? I don't know who it is. Someone's got really bright green screen arms. I don't know. It might be
Ian, yeah.
Like he's just going to do some sort of floating gloves
trick. Look, lads, look at me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Southampton, no. Maguire does well there. Could have made that then.
Yeah, he could. Fucking hell, it's
that's a nice little pass from Fred, to be fair.
Because it's so, such a high press from Southampton to start with.
Give him an option.
But the thing with a high press like this, an aggressive press, is you can't keep it up for 90 minutes.
No
you
chance.
Just can't.
No. And if they do, there's got to be space in behind. Because they can't be everywhere, and they're not good enough to close every single gap behind them.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I would be more than happy to just watch United move it about for a little bit and just put a few miles in these legs. Because at the moment, that's a great pass.
Yeah.
Keep the ball.
The thing is, though, is if Martial's there, who's in the middle?
Yeah, that's where Mason's got to move over.
That's where he's got to come in,
got to do
innit?
that.
Yeah.
Can't have no one in the middle.
No.
That's because he's far out wide there. Is Tony Marshall there?
Yeah. Maybe that's the thing with Pogba. Obviously, not going to be quite. He's not, like we said, he's not playing as a winger. Maybe Tony feels like he has to sort of fill that gap on the left as well a bit.
Let's get another training ground set piece in where Victor Lindelof completely misses a free header.
Deliberate.
Causes absolute bedlam.
That's what they've worked on it straight from the training ground.
That's,
Victor, you
Eric,
go.
what's his face, isn't it?
Eric Ramsey earning his money. Hey,
in.
you do the dummy, Victor. You know how it's
dummy a header. I know it's never been done before.
Good cross again. Oh,
Pogba.
Oh my God.
Well, he had a shot and it was blocked, and then
from these set pieces.
another one.
Well, I mean, we laughed about the Eric Ramsey thing, but we've had two almost identical set pieces, and we've caused havoc on both of them.
Oh, just blocked.
What a touch that is from Pogba as well, because it gets a little nick.
Yeah, I couldn't see what he was doing at first, but nearly worked out for him.
Corner, Greenwood in, back post, just palmed away.
Greenwood taking corners as well. Should it not be Bruno?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe do you want that left footer?
Maybe.
Is he giving?
Ref, that's a freak. You can't. There's no point in moaning about it. It's a foul again.
Yeah.
Oriel Romeo would definitely have been in the Spartan army, like 2,000
hard,
years ago.
He's hard.
Oh, he looks nuts. He looks absolutely nuts.
Come on, this is proper shooting distance as well. Well, maybe not. It's gone a bit far wide on it. Close.
Yeah, there's Bruno and Luke Shaw's having a chat.
Yeah.
Watch this now. Bruno drift inside into the middle, make it look like there's going to be a cross. Lay it off and let Bruno twat it from 25 yards. Keep him guessing. If that happens now, whoa, mate.
You're a genius.
Match is on for that if they want it.
Yeah.
Sure was a
great
good
ball.
Pogba. Should have done better there. Should have free header really.
Yeah. Well, yeah, free header, definitely. 3 set
it's
pieces
well
in a row
over.
now where we've
Good
had
run.
shots.
Good run from Pogba. Does everything right except the header.
I mean,
Puts too much on it.
Yeah.
If it's too high for you, glance it.
Yeah.
It's too high for him and he still tries to put power on it. Just not try
Yeah.
and nod it into the corner. You don't need to put that much power on it if it's that high.
Or just dummy it.
Well, whatever.
Just do a Victor.
Sum in.
Do a Victor.
Do a Victor. Hey. Go to it and then don't cause confusion. Who knows what can happen? Just had a message from someone who's going out of Southampton. He's just put still not in the fucking ground.
Really?
Yeah, apparently
Why?
massive queues for fans outside.
Apparently Southampton.
Really? Is that just sorry? I'm just producer Cam's filling us in there. Is that United and Southampton fans or just?
Oh, what a
Great
ball!
pass.
What a ball! In the
Bruno's
middle!
on, Bruno's
In the
on.
middle! In the middle! In the middle!
Come on, something.
Oh! Stop it, Bruno Fernandes.
naughty,
That's
that.
just.
And then,
He did a little like
Martial
Eric
shouldered
Cantona
it.
dink pass, didn't he?
what did Martial do with it?
I don't know. I thought it. What did he do? Sorry.
Like he just hit it with his shoulder for some reason.
Martial's shoulder.
So there's still people who can't get in the ground at the moment.
Yeah. I've had a couple of messages off people saying that it's a bit of a shambles down at St Mary's. Can't get in the ground.
Why were?
Oh shit!
Oh my God!
Get that.
Look at that.
You can get that on the screen, maybe.
Yeah. Massive queues.
Queue for the away.
Hasn't
Hasn't
moved in 10 minutes.
How
Shambles.
wide
Get that on the
is
screen,
it?
Cam.
Yeah, I'm going to put that on the screen.
For Tottenham, by the way, 1-0 to them against Wolves.
The penalty. Harry Kane not taking it.
He's on the bench.
In my fantasy team, Harry
how,
Kane. My captain.
How hard is it to get a couple of hundred people inside a ground? It shouldn't take no more than 5 minutes.
They've not done it for a bit. And the other 27,000 or whatever they've got in.
But even so, I
Different
imagine
rules.
like working on a turnstile is something that maybe takes 10 minutes of training.
I've actually done that job years ago when I
How
was a
hard
kid.
was it to learn?
You have to go on a course.
Do you?
No, you don't. Behave. You have to
Even
go.
also,
you don't.
modern turnstiles,
Of course
you
you
don't have anyone
don't.
working there. It's just a system.
Yeah.
That if it goes wrong, someone goes, "Oh yeah, it's broke that." That's it. You're not even in there like stubbing tickets.
And
so they can rip them.
I was before the electronic era as well. I was in the 90s when I
How
did
much
it.
training did they give you?
It was literally like, you stand there, if it gets stuck, just tell him. Right, sound.
Exactly.
See?
Just tell him. Just tell him or go.
That
for
was
Oh,
yourself.
here we
Yeah,
go.
don't tell
Out
anyone.
wide. Out wide. Ah, that wasn't
shit
hard
pass.
enough, was it? To be fair, Bruno got in his way a little bit.
Still a bad pass.
Yeah.
Because
Not
there he
enough on
could have
it.
fired it into his feet because he
Yeah,
wasn't trying to
there
play
wasn't
in front
enough
of
on
him.
it.
It was a ball to feet. It's a bit harder.
Mason
We're
on the
looking
right
like
here
we're
now.
growing into this game a lot now.
Yeah, we are. Go on, Matic. Well done. Well done. Good ball retention there because it's quite tight.
No, it's a
That
bad
was
ball
dreadful.
from Matic.
Fred's done him a favour there. and
Started
getting his
well,
body
Fred.
in the way.
Yeah, he has.
I know he gave the ball away then.
I don't mind him, Fred. I think he's a good player. I mean, I know he has critics, and rightly so, because when he's having a bad game, he's bloody dreadful.
Yeah.
But I think he's so tenacious in the middle of the pitch.
Yep.
I think he gets himself about. I think he never stops running and stops like harassing players. I think he's good.
Yeah. Well, we did a thing at the start before the season in one of the podcasts about like sort of opinions or predictions amnesty type thing, where you're allowed to make a prediction that normally you might get ridiculed for, but you weren't allowed to be ridiculed for it on this occasion.
I see.
And mine was, I think Fred will prove himself to be a really good Premier League midfielder. Like he will be.
Right. I thought you were going to say Fred top scorer.
No, not that. But like he'll be.
There are limits
really
to
good
this
season.
amnesty.
He'll be really good, and he won't
I'm not sure it'll get you off with them ones.
That was my thing. As he just kicks the ball out for a throw in for absolutely no fucking reason.
He heard
Cheers,
you.
lad. Cheers, Fred. Just have to try to defend you a little bit.
How many podcasts have you got here?
Just 7 or 8.
Just a day.
No, we've got 3, I think.
Yeah.
What are the 3 pods?
There's the Monday, the Paddock podcast.
Yep.
There's the Housings Brew on a Friday. And then there's
Tier 1.
Tier 1 transfer podcast.
She's with journalists and
Yeah.
transfer experts.
Oh, very good.
And then we.
I mean, I also have a podcast.
Tell us about it.
It's called Pigoted. You can listen to it on iTunes or Spotify or even YouTube, youtube.com/Pigoted, which we'll put in the comments description now.
Yes, we will.
And how do you spell Pigoted?
Pigoted. I listened to a...
Come on, David.
I did an episode on yesterday where I interviewed a flat earther, and it made me want to blow my fucking brains out.
Really?
He's nuts. Absolutely nuts.
Would you say so? He believes the Earth is flat. Then
he believes the Earth is flat, and he also believes in a geocentric model, which
There you
means he
go.
believes
We've
that.
just subscribed there.
Oh,
Ready?
you've just
There you go.
subscribed.
So,
Yeah, thank you. He also
really.
believes that the Earth is the centre of the universe, and try
I
telling
put
him otherwise.
I put a link in the chat there, so if anyone wants to check that link that I've just put in there is to Freddy's podcast, and you can listen to flat earthers telling you that the world's what? Well, not just the world's flat, obviously. What else was he saying?
It's
Sorry.
also the centre of the universe. Oh, and that we live in a big dome as well. We live in a dome. It was hard work. Do you know what? After the pod, I came off and I went, I don't care how the views do. I'm never interviewing idiots like that ever again. And then, as I was going, he went, oh, you want to take my number? He goes, because my mate is an expert in, he's a freeman of the land, and he's an expert in common law.
Oh, one of those.
And I was like, oh, one of those people.
I love the common law people where they're like, actually, I'm allowed to murder that lady because
I do not consent. I operate by maritime laws.
I've heard someone say that.
Yeah.
I remember interviewing someone in the laundrette once, and they were talking about how they were being got to court, and they were saying it's all based on maritime.
Yeah,
that's how it all works. You know, and
it's like, just tell us that when you're in prison.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna stand for it. If the judge sentences me, I won't have it because of this reason. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's not how the law works.
They like to quote Magna Carta, but they get it wrong because they call it the Magna Carta.
That's a good start, isn't it?
You can't even call it the right thing what it is.
You don't even know the name of what you're quoting, let alone the actual quotes.
Unless you're like a member of landed gentry from the 1300s, it doesn't really apply to you anyway. But they have this weird idea that in order for a law to become enactful, you have to consent to it, which I find baffling. So you could... You know, in their head, logic. What a touch!
Go on, Luke Shaw.
He's got the ball through and Pogba's offside there. When he's dragged Theo Walcott down as well.
But yeah, in order for a law to be enactful, you have to consent to it.
That's just not true.
No, it's not.
But that's like saying
obviously
like, if you
nonsense,
don't know the law, therefore you can't be arrested on it. Like, well, that's not true.
Do you know how many times people have tried to use this common law thing in a court?
I don't know.
Literally thousands.
Do you know how many times
they've
worked?
won? 0.
None.
Which I think tells you all you need to.
It's just a shit touch by Martial.
Touch, was it? Just wasn't a good enough touch.
That little chip from Bruno outside the foot stabbed it over the defender, and Martial just sort of runs past it a bit. Maybe it was slightly behind him, but yeah, not great. Wow, interesting.
But you have to ask yourself, with Martial failing to control that, what Paul Pogba was doing in that situation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, where was?
Isn't that right, Graham Souness? You've just got to ask yourself what Paul Pogba was doing there. You know,
for a £200 million player like Paul Pogba, you expect him to be scoring those sorts of chances.
Yeah. You expect him to be teaching Martial in the training ground how to do that. What a ball! Oof.
Someone's got to be a bit on the toes there.
That's a great little touch again from Bruno. He's such a great player.
Go on then. Just a bit.
Hey, look at Pogba. Look at where he is now.
Playing like that centre forward, isn't he?
Yeah.
That's a great.
It's a turn. Oh, it's a lovely turn as well. Good bit of movement there.
You see what we were talking about
space nicely.
You see what we were talking about Paul Pogba being on the left but not being on the left.
Yeah.
This is prime
Like
example.
Starmer.
He's literally
similar type of.
Someone in the super chat, Agaz Kapoor, says Fred gives a 7 out of 10 performance most matches, but sometimes it's a 1 out of 10. The ratio is 7 to 1. Probably why he wears 17.
Yeah, it's true that, and because like we've said before, in those games where he's having a stinker and his head goes, he can give the ball away 5,
Me and you've
6,
done it on a
7
watch long, aren't you, where
times
you're
in a row.
going, he's on one here.
Yeah.
Like, where he'll have a 5-minute spell and literally do it. Every pass is a straight.
Every pass is wrong.
Usually bizarrely from like the 85th to the 90th minute, he has this
Do you think
spell,
that's why?
and then he recovers.
Because they're not doing it as much now. But do you think that's why Southampton pressed him so aggressively at the beginning?
It wouldn't make sense, because if you look at Bruno, Pogba and Fred, and even Matic, who's the one where you think we can probably get a bit of joy from pressing the most?
I mean, that's a great ball.
That's not a foul. Because Matic is very good on the ball. I think that was one of the things that made him stand out as when he was younger, especially. Is he's big, he's very good defensively, but actually he can hold the ball.
He was a 10 as well, wasn't he, Matic?
Yeah.
Earlier in his career, I think he moved back when he went to Benfica or whatever.
What's happening?
What's going on here?
Is it because it's a head injury? It's a head injury to Mason Greenwood.
And he said that's fucking bollocks.
There's the man with the suit and his glasses on again.
Oh yeah.
Hey, the main man of the hour.
I mean, to be fair, as far as head injuries go, that's a jaw injury. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's part of his head, but he's holding his jaw. Yeah, but it's not a concussion, is it?
No, but
like, I can kind of see where he's coming from there. I'd be pissed off as well.
Yeah, it's not a head injury. That, is it?
It's not a head injury.
Yeah.
Look. That, to be fair,
but that is the rule, though.
Is that not a fucking red card? He's just chinned him. How's that not a fucking red?
And also, you can be knocked out from a clip to the jaw. I know he wasn't, but like the rules are the rules, aren't
Look
they?
at the United fans.
Here you go. Look.
Oh, that you got it on the screen
This
there.
was like 5 minutes ago, by the way, outside.
So United fans, and they said on the caption, I think it said that they'd not moved for 10 minutes, so it's not like the queue was going down.
I wonder what's going on there, because obviously that's a fuck up rather than like a designed thing, isn't it? But yeah, the fact, I mean, hopefully they're in now, but like 10 minutes in and they're still not in.
No,
yeah, you'd be fuming, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you've gone all that way.
It's
like,
it's
first
basically
away,
the longest journey you can have as well.
It is, whatever it is, from Manchester. If you're going from Manchester, it's about, what is it, 4 hours, 4.5 hours, is it? A bit longer?
If you're getting good traffic,
Why does Hasenhüttl look like Steve Bruce when Newcastle sack him?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Apparently the guy who tweeted that said, absolute shit show at Southampton. Couldn't organise a piss up in a brewery. Missed kickoff because the stewards let the crowd build up. Finally, but terrible organisation. That was 10 minutes ago, 40 minutes ago. So they're in now, but again, apparently the stewards let the crowds build up, wouldn't let people in.
Mason here now. Is he getting into the box?
Right foot.
Oh, he was just trying to buy himself at half a yard, wasn't he?
To be fair, they tripled upon him.
It's a great ball from Bruno.
Absolute sure. Spreading the play nicely here.
Let's have a bit of movement.
Yeah.
Jesus,
dreadful.
It's a shit pass, but also Pogba's offside there, I think.
Yeah, but that's never working in a million years,
No.
is it? That he just
Fred
needs to
hasn't got
keep
that in
hold
his
of it and
locker.
recycle possession there.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. But yeah, he's been very involved, hasn't he, Fred?
Yeah, he's been a decent performance so far from Fred. You know, we can't knock him when he plays well. And like you say, he does have a lot of good attributes, and he has had some good games for us. I think the one thing is when, as someone said in the comments, when he's bad, he can be very bad. Redman says, because no one has been knocked out after he hit the jaw. Oh, because no one has been knocked out. Yeah, a hit in the jaw. That's my point. He's like, if you get a hit on the jaw, you have to stop it, don't you? Because yeah, remember Son where he got his face stroked by Son and his little finger threw himself to the floor and it got our goal disallowed.
What a goal that was.
But everyone loves Son, don't they?
The thing is, though, is would VAR not be coming into play at that time? Because you can watch his arm go up and strike him in the jaw. Yeah. So why has VAR not gone, well, that's a clear and obvious error.
Don't do that for starters.
Play.
Yeah.
Like, why are we giving it to Fred on the edge of the box under pressure? That was not a great idea, that, from David De Gea. And we've ended up giving away a foul.
I think Bruno seems to think he got the ball there, doesn't he? Well, that's what he's saying anyway.
Yeah.
Really protesting.
Yeah, Bruno and Fred are having they're giving right performances here to the referee.
Yeah.
Aye.
Does he get the ball?
I think he did, didn't he?
Sure. That's ridiculous, though.
Let's have a look at this now.
No, he didn't get the ball. But look at this here.
It's foul.
To be fair to Bruno, he's fouled him, but he's pointed at the ball straight away, which technically negates the foul.
Yeah,
if you look at the official rules,
kicking it.
if you point at the ball, you can't be given a foul. So I can understand why him and Fred were so nonplussed.
The two options are, and they can't give it a foul, either point at the ball straight away, go like that.
Yeah.
I didn't touch him. If you just say I didn't touch him, probably didn't. Because we value honesty here.
James Ward-Prowse with the ball in.
That should be safely dealt with. I thought it could have gone through to the goalie. But
Come on, man.
Yeah, overhit pass there from Fred, wasn't it, to Greenwood. Good tackle. Well done.
Got to be a bit stronger there as well.
Yeah.
Go on, lad.
3 of them round him.
Yeah, I was about to say, surrounded.
Passed it really, shouldn't he, instead of going for that.
Yeah, it's just getting a little bit
scrappy.
Scrappy is the right word. A few challenges flying in, not even 50-50s, just niggly little fouls.
I think a bit of pace would go a long way at the moment because there's a lot of space coming out in these wide areas for United, and I don't feel like we have the pace to.
You think what I'm thinking? Say it with me. 3, 2, 1. Dan James. Oh no. Shit! Sorry, I went the wrong way with it.
No, I'm going with Sancho because I'm looking for someone who's a footballer.
Again, that's short, Victor Lindelof.
Hey. There's no way to talk about Dan James.
Fred's filling in. Come on, Fred. Stop it from coming in. Stop it from coming in.
No, over the bar.
Over and wide.
Not bad. Lindelof needs to screw his head on this game.
That was a bad ball, I felt, from Lindelof to Aaron Wan-Bissaka there.
He's had a few, though, this game, Lindelof, where you've looked and gone, mate, you can play out from the back. What are you doing?
Yeah. Stop fucking about.
He doesn't look too bad, that number 9, does he?
Like,
it was a decent touch. He knew what he was doing there.
Yeah.
He's
a good player, but he's just, like I said,
he's had a decent record, I think. Was it Blackburn he was at? Having a look at some of his stats here.
It's Championship, innit? I'm always worried about Championship players that...
28 goals last season in the Championship. That's
no, he's good.
Amazing.
Yeah, but Championship and Premiership is different gravy, innit?
Different gravy.
Well, it is, because...
It is, yeah. Just very Paul Merson saying that.
The very best Championship defender plays for, like, West Brom or some shit like that. Yeah. Do you know what? Ben Davies was an absolute fucking beast for North End. He was one of the best defenders in the Championship. Yeah. Now he's Liverpool, and I think he's played one friendly game against some Dutch second tier team.
Yeah.
It's massive levels up.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you're right. I think Ben Davies was just a pit stop signing, wasn't it, because of all the injuries.
But even so, like Freddy said, he was a good player in the Championship, one of the better.
He was one of the Championship's best defenders.
Yeah. Yeah, the game just turned a little bit, hasn't it? Last 5 minutes, we're not having that sort of pressure and final third possession.
Okay,
like we
let's
were.
move it. That's
it's not a great ball, to be honest.
Fucking ball first though. Once.
There's a lot of stick for Fred and Martial. I think Fred's trying stuff, quite frankly. Yeah. I don't think Martial's having a good game. But I think that Fred's at least trying. He's making a nuisance of himself. He's getting on the ball a bit.
And it's just
Martial's not doing anything, to be fair.
The ball's coming up to you. If it's going past you to get to the defender, then you should have stopped it.
What are you doing there?
Hold the ball up.
We're fucking architects of our own downfall. That's a great pass from Fred.
Yeah, but that's a foul,
that's
ref.
dreadful.
Come on. Are you joking? No way. No.
So they've scored.
As if that's gone in. It's gone about fucking 3 miles an hour.
Shea Adams.
How has that gone in?
That was just a comedy of errors again.
Bag of shit, that. How has that gone in? Absolutely no power on that whatsoever.
From so many different players there.
It looked like Greenwood got fouled as well on the touchline.
It's absolutely shocking.
Bruno, sorry. On the left-hand side there.
Oh, hang about. Are they VAR-ing it? They're checking it.
Because I know that they're giving a bit more, but he gets fucking fouled here. That's a foul.
That's a foul.
You can't just step across someone and fucking boot them out of the way. That's a foul.
That's got to be a foul.
There's got to be. Oh, it's deflected. That's why I don't save it. It's deflected off Fred. That, I don't care what's going on. That's a foul. Fucking standing straight across someone's whole body.
That deflection that takes it past him as well.
Yeah, I was blaming Hay before, but it's right in the corner.
Yeah,
He
can't save
that. It's not
that.
his fault.
Yeah.
I think it's been given anyway, yeah. Miles Van Eaton says, in common law refereeing, that was a foul on Bruno. Nice.
Yeah, the modern game overall.
That's a very...
Bruno's been booked, by the way, for complaining.
I know that they're letting a bit more go, but just to fucking leg straight across. I know he touches the ball, but that's because he like going, I'll push it, but I'll stand on the ball at the same time.
Right. Well, look, I mean, at the end of the day, we have still been the better team so far. We've just been the masters of our own downfall with this.
Yeah, exactly.
So
the fact that we've not scored.
Martial needs to get his arse off.
Yeah.
Play Greenwood up front. Put Sancho on. We've still got enough to win this game.
We have, but we need to fucking sort it out. We're just saying, weren't we, last 5 minutes, Southampton just turned up. And that's all it's taken. A good 5 minutes and a bit of luck with that finish. I mean, a lot of fucking luck with that finish. It goes basically into the side netting with a deflection.
Southampton aren't going to have a proper team talk because Ralph Hasenhüttl's going to be having a Barocca and a lie down. We're going to be all right.
Yeah. Head over a bowl full of, like, smelling salts.
We're going to be okay.
Yeah. Right, come on then.
Come on, let's show what we're made of.
There we go. Go on, Paul. Well done. Well done. Oh, come on, who's going to get that?
It's all right.
Wan-Bissaka. Greenwood. Just keep the ball. Keep the ball for a bit. That's all right. Get the ball in now. Just keep...
See, this now, though, is come and break us down.
Oh, it's too much on it. Too much on it, man.
Unlucky. I thought we were going to show. Yeah, we are. That's a foul to me. That's a foul. The first contact is him throwing his body across Bruno's body, and then obviously the ball.
It's one of them, innit?
Fucking where the player on the floor, and it's so unlucky as well. That
it just is it off the post almost. I think.
It grazes it as it goes in. Doesn't get more in the corner than that.
You can see Bruno saying to the ref, "It's a fucking foul."
Well, he's right.
Yeah, it is a foul.
He's right.
And he got his yellow card for that, I think.
Yeah.
He's just got to be careful, Bruno, on a yellow, because there's a few challenges flying in, and last thing we need is him getting a second yellow.
Yeah, because that fucks up today and next week.
Who have we got next week again?
I can't stand the sight of Ralph.
It's fucking knocking me sick. Every time he comes on the screen, that weird fucking stag do bastard. You know the one who walks, fuck this. Fuck this, you should fucking marry her anyway. And just walks off. That's him.
It's like all the other lads have gone home and he's staying out.
Yeah,
I'm staying out,
in the strip club.
Yeah,
I'm going back to Cash Point.
Where you going? Come on, the night's still young at 5 in the morning.
I swear when he took over at Southampton, he was like a respectable German, like, yeah, guten Tag.
Yeah.
Mein Name ist Ralf Hasenhüttl. I have a stable job and a happy marriage and 2 children, yeah? And now he looks like... I have not seen them in 2 weeks. It's unfair to keep them from me, Marie. They are my children too. What do I pay the child support for? Yeah.
Come on, then. There's a pass. That's going to be the
Go on, get into these bastards. Hey. Yes.
He looks too much like Ben Foster, their goalkeeper. It's off-putting. He looks somewhere between Ben Foster and Fraser Forster.
Someone's saying he's Austrian.
Is he? Oh, yeah.
Can I just say something for those who don't know? Freddy's a comedian. Freddy sometimes says things that aren't factually always correct. Like, we know that Donny van der Beek isn't in the Hitler Youth. We know that, right? We're fully aware of that. We're not saying he is. Just to be clear on that point.
It's a joke.
Yes.
Also as well, it's easy for you when you've got Google. Jesus fucking Christ. Holy shit.
I was waiting for someone to say, actually, his wife's called something else, not Marie.
Yeah, actually, his wife isn't called Marie. His first wife was called Marie, but he divorced her in 2009.
She's called Mary, actually.
Is there any rumours in the links of Ralph Hasenhüttl being linked with Clarice? It's like, what the fuck?
That's much less of a foul.
Exactly, why is that a foul? It's one of those, isn't it, where... Yeah.
His wife's called Sandra.
Interesting.
Sandra Hasenhüttl.
What? Everyone in Leeds is called Sandra.
Really?
Or Donna, yeah. It's my experience.
Even the men?
Both of them. You pick one of them.
His son is called
Patrick.
We're just getting the lowdown here off producer Cam on the Hasenhüttl family.
Why is that?
Oh my God.
What's happened? Who's fouled?
What's the fucking consistency here?
Is that a free kick to... Oh, is it free kick to us? And he gave it
you know
before
what?
Fred carried on with possession.
Seriously.
The thing is I've got no problem with a referee who goes, do you know what? Today, I'm going to let the game play out a bit more. I'm going to let things ride. But you have to be fucking consistent.
Yeah, that's the frustrating thing is when you're not.
Because
it's just players are getting frustrated now. Pogba's fuming because he's had 2 fouls given against him that was soft.
Yeah.
And then you're seeing things like you say the one on Bruno, the one on Mason maybe, like where it's not giving.
Victor.
Just fucking. Oh yeah, he has done, to be fair. I thought he kept it in. That was just how you thought if they were going to get a goal, it was going to be from a set piece or a deflection or something like that.
And the amount of times we can see goals from like
you know what I mean?
outside the 18-yard box at the moment.
It's just ridiculous.
It's like every other week.
I mean, at the end of the day, we can moan about what's gone wrong for us here in that the referee has been poor.
Yeah.
You know, we have conceded a bit of a raggy goal for all things, you know, all intents and purposes. But at the end of the day, apart from a 15-minute spell where we look dominant, we've not been good enough.
No, we haven't. You're right. That's a fair point.
We've not turned up. I don't think Matic has been as bad as... I don't think Fred has been as bad as what people are slating. I think he's at least put himself about a bit.
Yeah.
Some of Lindelof's passes at times have been absolutely shocking.
Yeah.
And Anthony Martial has offered literally nothing.
He's barely touched the ball, has he?
He's barely got involved.
Right. Yeah, and okay, you can look at that as in terms of service. Fred's fuming with that. He thinks that should have been a goal kick, but it's a corner.
But I don't mind that. I don't mind him screaming and shouting, Fred, and putting tackles in and throwing things about. If he doesn't get it right 100% of the time, if he misses a few passes,
just got to be careful in now, United, because we are always ropey from set pieces, especially if there's one area David De Gea needs to improve on. It's commanding his area in corners.
Oh God, he don't come out for anything, does he?
No, he doesn't. He really doesn't. So
like,
this is a little bit worrying.
Thinks he's still in lockdown in his own box.
I can't even see that.
He's not even come close to getting
Come on,
it.
then, Tony. Get the fucking ball.
Oh, dear
man.
God.
Well done. Well done.
He doesn't even look like he wants it.
No, it's not.
Is he all right?
Go on, Luke Shaw.
Shaw's not done much.
Just
today,
watch
has
him
he?
now. Just watch Martial. Look at him. He's just having a little
trot about.
Doesn't
go,
look like
Mason
he's
there,
occupying
busting up.
any space.
Right.
Oh! But he doesn't
Greenwood
even
go
look
for
like
the
he
volley.
wants...
Did he drop into him then? I think he thought the defender was going to get in the way.
But if you look at Martial in the middle here, it doesn't even look like he wants to be involved.
He goes for half a run, doesn't he?
Look,
And then-
what are you doing? What is he fucking doing? This isn't...
Mason looks a lot more up for it. He definitely, at this stage, if you're going to take one of them off, it won't be Mason
Mason's
Greenwood.
sprinting through and trying to, actually make runs and
I'd
find space.
I'd much rather see Mason Greenwood try and get into space, try and make runs, and them not come off.
Do you know what?
I'd rather see someone try.
I think what Ollie will do, I mean, I hope I'm wrong or I might be wrong, but he'll probably leave it the same in the second half and give Martial another 20 minutes and then change it.
He doesn't usually make many half-time subs.
No,
does
and
he?
I think that...
Does occasionally, but not really.
Go on, Fred. There we go. Break it up,
Well done,
lad.
that's nice.
That's a lovely piece of skill.
Go. Oh, I just didn't
Go on, keep going.
Well done. Come on then.
Nice.
It's a lovely pass.
It's unfortunate there.
Don't foul him.
Okay, that's gone.
That's
That's ours.
Well done, Mason. What? How is it not a corner? He
Shut
kicked
up,
against
you
your ankle.
dickhead.
You want the foul?
Honestly.
Shut up, you dickhead.
Do you know what I mean? What was it? He's literally on his knees screaming.
Yeah.
Like he's just lost a loved one. Like have a bit of self-respect, man.
Have a word with yourself, yeah? Right, corner to United. Come on then now. We've caused, like we said before, a lot of problems from set pieces. We need to convert one. You can't keep missing big chances.
Come on.
Oh.
Well, I'm
Well, there, few claims that would have been given last season.
Yeah.
God, here we go.
Modern
Here we go.
game
The
that
counter.
now, though, mate. He's having a belting
Fred,
game.
come on. Don't let him
on,
take
Fred.
the piss out of you like that. That is embarrassing.
This lad, Livramento.
Oh, my God.
That lad...
He just knocked it round him,
Fred
didn't he?
just got pissed
that
on
that
then,
was
didn't he?
That lad
shameful.
That lad Livramento is having a great game down the left-hand side. He looks an absolute little
Let
beast.
it go out either.
That's well embarrassing. That.
Come on, you got time now. Find something here.
Just give it. Oh my God.
What are we fucking
Matic.
doing?
Matic, what the fuck are you playing at?
Well done, Maguire. Fuck me.
Fucking hell, that's dreadful.
Started as well with Pogba, didn't do himself any favours by just dawdling on it, and then Matic was even worse.
Yeah, Fred just gets done here.
Yeah, he's been pissed.
He's big lad, isn't he, as well, that Livramento, like sort of.
He won the Academy Player of the Year last season.
Won the Academy Player of the Year last season for Chelsea, and then wanted to leave and has gone to Southampton.
Well, he's having a good game, unfortunately for us.
Good then. That was that sort of. I don't know.
I always think that's like a bit cringe when a player does that. It's like knocks it round you and goes like,
that's bad.
I know he's obviously a lot quicker than him, but
Like
mate,
Gareth
I'm
Bale
saying,
one.
take the foul.
Yeah,
take
pull him
the
down.
booking because it's just one of them.
It's embarrassing, isn't it? That's a good touch, Pogba. He's got loads of space there as well. Found a good. Again, just a bit of a slow pass that. By the time he gets to Bruno, he's got 2 men on him, and he was
Martial.
It's probably the right idea, just not executed very well.
To start with, just finding the fucking target. A couple
That's
of
it.
times.
Come
There you
on
go.
now.
Fucking nice one, thank you. Come on.
Are we still going to let that go?
Ross Perot.
What the fuck? Watch this. He's done.
That's a booking, though.
He's done him. He's absolutely fucking done him.
It's a tactical foul, that. That's a yellow card. Come
He's
on.
done that thing as well.
dude.
He pushes it and then goes like that. As soon as he does it, it's like one movement. Like,
So this is going to be Bruno sinking this in, by the way.
Come on.
no, you got to give this to Fred.
It's not the League Cup semi-final. Why would Fred take it?
Juan Martinez says Martial as a left wing back up to Rashi could be okay. Martial as a centre forward, sell all day. Also, Freddy's only a footballer on his day. Donny van der Beek easily in this game. So there's a few suggestions there. Jay Richardson as well. I don't know if you had this. Said his wife is called Sandra. Love
I
yous.
think Fred's tenacity has actually been his best.
I'm not
aspect in
sharing
this
the
game.
Fred hatred today.
No,
Some
I'm not.
people online
I
are. I think he's not been our issue today.
The thing is, though, is if you're watching him, like, yeah, he got done then with Livramento, okay, but I mean, overall, he's trying stuff. He's putting himself about.
Yeah.
He's trying to make the right passes and stuff. I'd rather have a player who works his arse off and it's not happening for him than a Martial who's literally doesn't look interested.
Yeah, it's just weird with Martial. Like you say, he's got to be confident or something because I don't think you just give
He's
up.
just not fit.
But, I mean,
Yeah,
how
or fitness
long,
or something. Yeah.
how
then.
long
It's
can
quite
you
far
not be
out, isn't it?
confident for? This is the thing, man. Like, he's had a year of not being confident. At what point? If you want to feel confident, open your fucking bank account and look how much money you've got.
I know it's not that easy, is it?
I know,
you know
but-
what I mean? It's
I
not like,
know-
oh, I've got money, I feel like I want the ball more now or whatever. If a player's
know-
struggling with confidence, I'm not saying,
I know, but
he should
how
be playing,
long-
but for
how
me,
long do you say confidence is a thing? Like, how long are you allowed to have that?
Bruno.
Oh,
fuck off, it's
Top
in
of
the
the
wall.
wall.
let it go out. We'll have a corner.
Come
hey,
on.
look, if we can get a goal now and we see this at half time 1-1, then we've done a fucking belter there.
I know, man.
Because we ain't played
I
well.
know. We had, like you saying, we had that 15-minute spell. But other than that, it's not been a good performance so far. We've
it's
not carried on from the Leeds game at all.
No. This is almost what you worried the Leeds game would be, isn't
Yeah.
it, this? Can we actually see the goal now? Fucking hell.
Oh!
Matic!
Oh, fucking one place.
Dominating
the one
on
place
these set pieces, you know.
that the keeper could have probably got
We're
it.
absolutely battering him on set
It's
pieces.
a decent,
Again,
isn't it? It's just
free
too
header.
close to him. He does it right in terms of getting it down. It's just too
And
close to
Pogba
the
was
keeper.
right there as well in case he spilt
He
it.
don't do much wrong there. He heads
No.
it down. It's
It's
just not far
not enough.
enough. The corner,
Yeah,
but
like you're saying,
It's a
a
great-
bit nearer the post. That's
It's a good
that's
save
it.
by the keeper.
Yeah.
If he spills that even a little bit, then it's 1-1.
yeah, I don't think you can blame Matic there. It's not, he don't do too
Oh,
much wrong.
Lindelof winning a header. Good lad.
Yeah, well done. Well done. No.
Yeesh. Let's get it down and let's play some football.
Bold strategy.
Bold strategy.
Play football. Well,
Yeah.
that'll never catch on.
I know. Speaking like Steve Bruce.
Oh, fucking hell.
Just a pass is being made. You shit
If we were at home, if we were at Old Trafford, we could just play some banging tunes into the Southampton dressing room at half time to give Hasselholt a headache.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Give him a migraine. Is there any paracetamol? No, sorry, mate. Sorry.
Ran out.
We don't have paracetamol in Manchester.
We've got lager though.
Yeah.
Right. Come on then. How long are we thinking? 2 minutes stoppage
Yeah,
time?
there's
1
gotta be
minute?
a bit on
They
this,
never give
been a
much
bit.
anymore, do they?
2 minutes,
there we
yeah.
go. One last attempt.
Come on, Luke Shaw.
Just crowded out, wasn't he?
You had an opportunity to pass then.
There we
He's done
go.
well
He's
to
got it
recover.
back.
Yeah.
Let's
Right,
recycle
come on, let's
possession.
get one
Let's
fucking
come
chance.
on, bit of urgency. Bit of urgency.
It's a good ball.
What are we doing on that hand side? What are we doing?
What the fuck is that? Jesus.
Giving the ball away there. Pogba out for a throw in. I can't.
Yeah. Do you know, we've played worse since that goal went in.
Yeah, you're right.
It's all about, I think when you concede, it's all about how you react. We have played worse.
I just think the obvious thing for me is just take Martial off and put Sancho on and move Mason Greenwood in the middle.
Yeah. And do you know what? I'm happy to concede my £5 bet on Martial scoring any time.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Yeah, he's had a stinker.
He's had an absolutely dreadful game.
Yeah. Just like you said, just not being involved in the game at all.
No.
Doesn't look like he wants to be though either. Doesn't look like he's coming short to get the ball. He doesn't look like he's occupying interesting positions.
What that? There again, another pass that's 10 yards away from anyone.
Yeah, shit pass from Maguire that.
Good grief.
He's having to go at Shaw, I think, but Shaw was never going to get there.
No. We got to have a go at someone when you give it away.
Yeah. He loves that as well, doesn't he, Maguire?
Yeah.
So when him and Rashford had a ding dong last season.
Ding dong.
Yeah, man. Someone saying Jay and Joe's adopted son Benjamin. Pogba wasteful as much as Martial, let's be honest. I think there's two things with that. I think I'd feel like there's more of a chance of Pogba creating something at this moment in time than there is of Martial. Yeah. And I think Pogba has done some decent things during the course of this game. Yeah. I've not really seen anything from Martial so far.
The one thing he did was he had the shot from the set piece that was bobbling everywhere that got cleared off the line.
Yeah. That's it. Half time
there. Camera shooting straight to Fred. Obviously got the. I don't know if it goes down as a own goal, but he was the one that took the.
Can't
deflection.
blame him for that.
No.
You're trying to block the shot. He's just very unlucky, in my opinion, with that one because it's literally like 2 inches and it hits the post.
And the another thing as well is,
comes back out.
If he hadn't have blocked it, De Gea would have saved it comfortably because it wasn't going in the corner until he blocked it.
But I mean, what do you do?
You
especially when he's that close as well. You because the other opportunity, the other option is that he doesn't put his foot out. It goes in, and everyone goes, "What the fuck is Fred playing at?"
Yeah.
Someone's saying, Murtaza Hassan saying, no service for Martial for fuck's sake. How much is that an issue? Because the striker needs service. He hasn't had a lot of chances. How much you look at that?
Here's what we keep saying about Martial. We keep saying no service.
Yep.
It happened last season. He's not had enough service, to be honest. It keeps doing this. We've got, that has never been said about Cavani, has it?
No.
When's the last time you went, not much service for Cavani today? He finds it himself. His movement's so good. His runs are so good. He drops deep and he puts himself in the game so well.
So
on an odd, game by game basis, you can say we didn't really create much for him today. But we're consistently saying over the last 12 months, no service for Martial. At this point, it's not a coincidence.
Yeah. So just to quickly sort of break down that guy's argument, his argument is that he's playing behind two of the most creative attacking midfielders in the world, and he's not getting any service on a consistent basis.
I know.
Come on.
I do agree. Sometimes we don't make a lot for him, but again, it's some point you have to look at the common denominator. When he's not playing, the strikers seem to magically get service, and when he is, they don't.
Hey, look, we're not playing great today.
No, we're not.
We're not playing well.
True.
We've had a 15-minute spell where we look dominant, but since that goal went in, we're not playing well at all.
No.
But Martial's not contributed anything. I mean, at least Pogba is contributing. At least Fred is contributing. Matic is contributing. It's not always coming off, but they look like they're in the game.
Yeah.
This guy looks like he's sat at home.
Yeah.
No, it's just not good enough, really. And we were talking about how he needed to take his chance today and remind Ollie what he's about, especially with Cavani and Rashford and Sancho all eventually going to come back into this team. And he hasn't done that. Whether you're a Martial fan or not, you need to see more from him. Like you say, he had that one little dink of a pass that hit his shoulder. It looked like he probably didn't control it very well. And there was a point there, I think you pointed out, Freddy, where we were kind of on the counter and you see Mason busting a gut, you see him making a run, and it looked like, Martial just looked like he was jogging. And I can understand at times sort of holding back a little bit.
Yeah, because as a striker, you don't just sprint all the time.
Sometimes you might think, I'm going to play off this player. Yeah. But there was space there and he didn't attack it. No. He just sort of was like almost cumbersome. And I'm like, we need to see more. And you made this point last season, Joe, about when you play a certain way and it doesn't work, you change that way. Yeah. If your style is, I'm always going to be a bit sort of almost relaxed and I'm going to hold back a little bit and I'm not going to be making these 90 runs and it's not working, then maybe you just need to say, all right, maybe I need to make a few more runs, change it a little bit. Cavani does that. Cavani's a live wire. He never stops trying to make things happen. Green was trying to make it happen today. Rashford, to a certain degree, if it's not going well for him, he will at least, he'll put more effort in. I think the problem with Martial is at times when things aren't going well, he doesn't change his approach to the game. And that's what can frustrate you a little bit.
Half time, there's a very obvious and clear change that Solskjaer can make, isn't there?
Yeah.
Which is take Martial off, put Greenwood as number 9, and bring on Jadon Sancho. And that would, you would imagine, be the smart move. Because as well, Southampton are defending very, 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 very deep. And what you get in Jadon Sancho is you get someone who takes people on for fun.
And is a great person who can find passes through those really tight lines. His vision and his ball playing is excellent and much better than anyone we've got in those attacking positions at the minute.
My worry now is that Solskjaer will wait until the 70th minute to change something, and by that point it'll be too late for us to go out and win this game. Like, I would rather Solskjaer make a change now and it not come off and we lose the game 3-0 than him wait till the 78th minute to make a substitute and it's just, will it be 1-0, will it be 1-1? I'd rather us try and win the game.
No, I agree. A few super chats. Ryan Hansen and super chats says Fred, Martial, and Manic in there. I think Matic in there. Shocking. I said this earlier. I'm not quite as sort of critical of Fred as some are today. Anyway, I think he's done all right. I think he hasn't been the issue. Fergal McClements says Tony loses the ball when he's giving it anyway. Stupid flicks don't work. Stands in the wrong position, so passing to him isn't on. But he doesn't look bad.
I do feel bad about just criticising the player over and over again. But there's at some point where you think what you're having to do in the last 12 months with Martial is find a reason that actually what you were seeing isn't that bad. That isn't the mark of a player who's playing well, is it? With Bruno, you don't have to find excuses why he was actually not as shit as he looked.
No,
that's what we're having to do with Martial. Is why is he not actually as bad as he looks at the moment?
No,
that's not going to last. You can't do that for months on end. At some point, you have to just go, he was brilliant and no one can deny it. And that's a fucking foul.
And McCoshy as well. He's saying if it was done instead of Fred, we would have been much better going forward. Fred's final passes are very poor. Also, Martial off for Sancho. Abhishek says, for fuck's sake, Martial is so poor. There is no threat up front. Saints keep closing Bruno and Pogba down real quick. He's the football version of John Cena. Joe Dawson says, the issue is we are playing a pivot. So there's quite a lot of criticism there of Fred, of Martial, of the system. And also with Will Tiffin says, playing with 10 men with Martial up front. The main sort of criticism or observation everyone's got here is obviously anti-Martial. Do you think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is gonna agree with that, or do you think we're gonna see?
Well,
like we usually do with Ole, you said it during the first half. He very rarely makes half-time substitutions. He usually waits 20 minutes into the second half.
Look at this for a chance for Martial.
He don't do too much wrong.
I'm not
too much wrong, but we're talking about him not getting chances.
That was probably his best moment of the game in terms of doing something.
I actually think he will bring him off at half time.
You do?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm not saying it's certain, but I know he normally waits till 60 minutes, but to me, you've got such a good option on the bench.
But
he's been so anonymous, I wouldn't be surprised.
Think about it this way, though. We talked about beforehand about how Anthony Martial is a confidence player. This will kill his confidence.
But at some point, you have to put the team.
Well, you said it yourself, didn't you, about how much can you just keep saying, all right, it's his confidence. It's like, regardless of whether it is or not, you have to draw a line under it at some point and say, Memphis had it. Memphis lost confidence at Manchester United. People forget Memphis was player of the month his first month or his second month. And, he was flying and then he lost his confidence and was dreadful. And you just thought it ain't gonna happen with him. Even Lukaku, you could argue, lost confidence at United. He just looked shocking.
And at some point as well, like,
you have to draw a line under it at some point.
Yeah, exactly. You don't just get to keep playing just because you're not confident.
No, and it's like
you have to be good now.
Yeah,
you have to be good every week for Man United.
He's had a season of underperforming. We want him to kick on the season. Okay, it's only 45 minutes in.
Absolutely not ruling out the whole, his whole career.
So there is, obviously an opportunity or possibilities that he'll come back. He could play in a game, next week and shows what he's made of. But I think today he's got to come off, and also he needs to sort of fix up a little bit, because it's not even the nature of playing badly. If someone's trying something and they're trying and it's just not coming off for him and they're running at players and they're getting in space, do you know what I mean? Like, I can sort of go, okay, you can see what he's trying to do there. I don't mind it when someone tries, to create a chance and it doesn't come off. Bruno does it all the time. He tries a lot that don't come off, but you forgive him that because he's trying to make things happen. But when they're not trying to make anything happen, when they're not making them runs, when they just look like someone's put a gun to their head and said, go and play for Manchester United today, it ain't great.
You look at him playing and he looks like being told to play football is an inconvenience to him. Like, he looks like he's like, oh, for fuck's sake, really?
And I know
I'm just going to run around.
People like to talk about his style, and I know he has got a bit more of a languid style, and that, the sort of the famous thing, he doesn't smile very often, all that stuff. But when he's at his best, he moves a lot more than this.
Yeah.
He does a lot more. He doesn't look like this when he's at. It's not like he's always like this, but sometimes he gets a goal. He does way more in games than this when he's playing well. So we're not just criticising, that's just his style, because he plays way better than this.
No, you're right.
Berbatov was the king of languid number 9s. I've never seen a player look more chilled out but he would drop deep, he would come out wide, he'd move around and he'd find pockets of space to play in. Martial's not doing any of that. No. He's not. He doesn't even look arsed. You see him when we've got the ball and it's like, right, are you going to make a run? Are you going to occupy a couple of players so that they can make a run? What are you going to do? And he doesn't seem like his head's even in the game.
No, Joe McGovern says, lads, we start with Freddy against Saints. Why?
Well, okay, let's look at that as a separate point then, right? United have made good chances. We've hit the crossbar. We've had one cleared off the line. Matic had a good header that was saved on, obviously on the line because it's the goalkeeper. They've had, look at the stats there. 1 shot on target, right? 0 chances. Their goal has come from a shot from 20 yards that was deflected own goal. We've not been battered by Southampton. We've not been great, but it's not like Fred and Matic have just been destroyed and they're having shots whenever they want. United have still been the better team in this game.
I'm a make a big call now. It's an appeal to everybody who is in the comments watching this. Put your hand up. Be honest with yourself. Let's say Van der Beek was playing instead of Fred and Van der Beek had the first half that Fred just had. Would you be slagging him off like this?
Yeah.
And the answer is no.
No. Fred hasn't had a bad half.
There's a certain amount, and look, we're all guilty of it. I'm not calling anyone out, but we're all guilty of having certain biases about players. And I think that because Fred is Fred, we've looked at his first half and gone, it's dog shit. It's not acceptable. That he has made mistakes. The Livramento thing was shocking. But he's also done positive things. He's got himself around in the centre of the park. He's been mobile. He's broken up play. If that was Van der Beek, you go, he's unlucky. He had an unlucky first half there.
No, I agree. Brown Sugar in the super chat says, can't articulate why, but I feel like we miss McTominay. Fred needs his boy.
Maybe. I mean, they've got a little partnership there, haven't
they?
Certainly
did very well against Leeds.
Starts every week. Mike barely plays for United in the last 12 months, and then he's come in, and again, I'm not criticising him or saying he in particular has been bad, but he doesn't quite have that link-up play and that sort of unconscious partnership that Fred and McTominay have, because he just haven't played with each other.
There's so many comments about Fred. I mean, they're all coming thick and fast. There's a lot of debate going on. A lot of people. Fred has been poor, says Daniel O. Riley says Matic is the issue. Other people saying
any chat about the whole
Fred has played good but isn't working in this game, says Ankit Gutam. Tabo Machele says Donny maintains an 85% pass completion.
All right, up to sports. I mean, cheers.
That's someone else saying Tom Ukane says Fred is fine.
If you going back to the 85% pass completion,
I mean, that's a bit arbitrary, innit?
Also,
Because
what is Fred's pass completion?
you don't know that he's going to come into this game and do that.
Well,
like,
the thing is as well is
that's like saying, if
you
Cavani scores every other game.
Yeah.
If you torture your facts for long enough, they'll tell you whatever you want. Like, look, 85% pass completion means nothing if his average pass length is 3 yards.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you what, I'm not a professional footballer, but if you ask me to complete a pass for 3 yards, I could do it 85% of the time. Piece of piss.
Yeah.
It depends what type of passes he makes.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't mean a lot, that, to be honest with you. A couple of people saying Greenwood, Dilly Brigade says Greenwood is a striker but not a winger. So a lot of the people here seem to saying, as well as Super Chat, that Joe McGovern says Donny would have been off at half time with that performance. Fred has lost possession when not under pressure. He's not good enough, just admit it. For me, the one change I would make, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I'd just take Martial off for Jadon Sancho and move Mason Greenwood into the middle. I think that's going to mix it up a lot. And I think you're going to get more as well out of Mason Greenwood down that middle. And also, Jadon Sancho is going to be able to run at them.
Yeah,
so you're gonna have a it's a double winner.
That as well. I don't think he will. I think he'll wait until the 65th minute there or thereabouts. Good Lord, look at that
seeing
pre-match.
Pictures of pre-match massive queues at St Mary's.
That's absolutely.
That's home fans as well.
Yeah,
so it's obviously just the whole stadium that they've struggled with. Although we don't know how early that is.
Yeah, that's Southampton pre-match is a bit vague there on the Sky graphic.
If that's at 2 o'clock, then there's problems. If that's at 12:30, that's not such an issue, is it?
It's a bit arbitrary.
Yeah.
Anan Mukashi says, but Fred has been given enough chances to prove himself time and again. Donny has barely played, so you have to judge him differently. I think though this is the thing. Donny has had some chances, not had a lot, but he's had some chances.
30 times.
And he,
close to that.
And he hasn't ever put in a performance where I go, right, he's got to start. So yes, he does need a better run, but it's not like he hasn't had any chances at all. I think that's the thing. It's like when he played. I always go back to the Leicester game, and I know we were shocking as a team against Leicester, but so was he.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He didn't do anything in that game where you go, he stood out as a good player. He was terrible. Josh Pack says, I'd slag up Van der Beek if we had a shocker because we shouldn't defend mediocrity. Matic off, McSauce on, Martial off, Sancho on, and who's that? Sorry, talk us through that sub.
Very interesting.
Southampton have took off Theo Walcott and brought Bednarek on.
So they're going defensive.
So he's a centre-back, so they're going to play 3 at the back, and they're going to push Livramento.
I take it we've not done anything. Is that right?
We've not done anything, but what's interesting is that Livramento now is naturally going to play higher up, as will Stevens on the right-hand side, maybe. Yeah. So they'll play... No, not Stevens, that Perraud lad who they've just signed will play higher up on the right-hand side. So they're moving to a back 3 now, which I think is going to cause us even more problems, quite frankly.
Yeah. Unless they maybe... either back 3 or it's a back 4, but with a right back at right mid. But yeah, they're more defensive than they were.
They'll play with wing backs. I think they took one look at what Livramento was doing on the left, and they thought, well, that's how we continue to hurt United on the counter.
They don't need to continue to hurt us. They need to stop us hurting them, and having 5 defenders probably helps them do that, doesn't it? So Absolutely. It makes sense, yeah.
Unless we score right now, which we won't.
That's a corner.
There we go.
Come on, we've got to start making these set pieces count, man.
It would been excellent from them, but we need to put one in the back of the
net. Exactly.
You can't win, 4 or 5, not just
3 headers as well. Some of them.
Watch Martial do a fucking overhead kick now,
mate.
Fucking hope he does.
Love nothing more than to see that.
We'll all eat our words. Come on, lad.
Words.
Don't be hobbling, Pogba. Come on,
right
man.
In front of the United end as well. By the look of it.
There's a shake there. There's a shake. He's going off him. He's going off. He's shaking. Look.
Could be right. Who's taking it? Mason. Come on, Victor. Lindelof wins it. Go on then, Tony. Fucking.
Come on, mate.
Ball come down. Take 5 steps forward. You might be able to.
I know, at least.
And we end up back to our goalkeeper from a corner.
At least put that defender under pressure. That's the minimum thing, is to move 5 yards.
Looking up in the air and waiting for the ball to land in front of you.
Some nonsense here. Blue Viper, Pogba is mediocre. He's not, though, is he?
Okay.
Like, come on.
I don't even want to just sit here and criticise Martial over.
Go on, Anthony. Go on, lad. Go on. Come on. Okay. Oh, not bad.
Pogba!
Oh, I'm ball.
That's on ball.
Penalty.
That's on ball, surely.
Bruno's already on a booking. Don't protest too hard.
Surely. Let's have a
I don't
look.
know. I don't know. I just saw a player get in the way of it, and
Let's have a look.
Everyone appeal.
Oh, it's his chest.
It's his chest, that thing.
Yeah. I think his arm's back, but I think it's in there.
I don't know. That
Can't even see
replay
from that.
didn't.
That's just
It's
the
like
worst
speeding
replay
it
I've ever
up.
seen. Yeah.
Play on fast forward. There you go. That'll prove everything to the viewers. Oh, right. Okay. I just saw some football. Come on. Another corner.
Has that just hit Martial there?
I don't know.
I'm not going to say the word Martial.
I know,
again,
because
I feel bad now.
Yeah, it feels like, but there does seem to be an issue there. I don't know.
Did that? It looked like the ball.
It
went
just
up in
seemed
the
to
air,
drop
just hit
in the
it.
middle. People asking about discussing the penalty. It wasn't a penalty.
Nah, that wasn't.
I think it is chest.
Even in the heyday of VAR, that wasn't getting it given as a penalty because it wasn't. He didn't hit his hand basically.
Even at every point during history, it's not a penalty because it didn't hit his arm.
Yeah, there's never been a point in the history of association football where not hitting the arm still counts as handball.
So the ball. Are we going to see the replay of that corner here? Because the ball looked like it just came in and just hit Martial.
I don't know what's going on here. I mean, United have been live. We've had 2 corners in the first 3 minutes of the second half, but we need to do something.
Yeah.
Put pressure on them, real pressure, because this isn't a great team.
No.
We're just making them look good.
Yeah, we're making them look really good.
Come on then. Hold on.
Just kept it in there, Maguire, but probably didn't
At
need
what
to.
cost?
That's what I mean. Just get rid of it.
Alden Aaron. Is that their ball? Look like.
Oh wow, they're taking that
Wake
quickly.
up! Wake up here!
Yeah.
Stop it from coming in. Stop the cross. Didn't
Well
even
done, David.
try and
That's
stop
better.
the cross.
From David De Gea.
Yeah.
Right, come on. Bit of urgency.
Come on then. Come on. Nice and quick. Nice and quick.
One more.
Just an extra touch on everything, isn't there?
Yeah.
Like Fred there. Just play that first time.
Yeah.
Wan-Bissaka might be away from his man then. He takes an extra touch.
When he has got time, he plays it first time.
I know. Yeah, that one earlier.
Yeah.
Get over his
Just
shoulder on the
No
volley
need.
for no
No
reason.
need for it at all.
There's no logic.
Here we go. Let's.
Right, come on, make a run.
See, look there, like. No, I need to calm down. It's easy to criticise everything, isn't it?
Who's that to? Who's that to? Good lad, Fred. Keep winning it.
Hold on.
Come on, you scrappy little thing.
Well
Good
done,
tackle.
Wan-Bissaka.
Good tackle. I fucking hate
That's how you know
Gineppo.
it's a tackle, because he doesn't point at the ball when he does it.
Yeah. And that Gineppo's a prick as well. He'd go down.
Oh,
if
is
you
he the
blew
one that
on him.
was on his knees before?
Yeah, he's
crying?
also the one that
'Cause
elbowed.
he gave away a corner.
Mason.
Is he also the one that elbowed Mason Greenwood in the
Yeah.
face? He's had the waistcoat off. He's just been sick on it at half time.
I'm too hot. Get it off me.
He's sick on his
I'll
way.
unbutton it. Cut me out of it. I can't get out. Just unbutton it, Ralph. Cut me out. Hold on. Let's get that in. You fucking play.
Come on.
Stressful, isn't
Come
it?
on, United.
Hold on, Harry. Hold on.
And clear it. That's good, lad.
It's okay. You got time,
Straight
actually.
Go on, Fred. I mean, to be fair,
done well there.
he's
That's
got-
a booking, ref!
How the
Fucking
fuck
hell!
is that not a booking?
Can you give him a yellow card?
And
or
that's
what,
not-
for
and
fuck's
he's still on the
sake?
ball.
Is that not a
he's
yellow
booked
card?
him. He's booked him.
He has booked him. It's about fucking 3 bookings. I reckon after a second of holding someone, you're starting on your second yellow. You did just 1 yellow, holding on to him for an hour.
Well, like speed cameras.
Yeah, at some point, the fucking clock starts again on that. He was holding on to him for about 4 seconds there.
Jimmy F in the super chat says, "When's Friday Night Live coming back, Joe?"
When my blood pressure's below 270.
When he gets out of the hospital.
Yeah.
Aye, we've lost it again.
Do you know what? To be fair, it's not all his fault.
Go on, Fred.
We haven't really got any attacking options on the bench.
No, exactly. Another long range shot coming. Someone get a fucking
aye,
block on
aye.
it. Close him down.
Behave, son.
Liveramento,
Hey.
so he's fucking naming the headlines then, did he?
I'm just going to score the greatest goal ever.
He saw what Luke Haley did last week.
The shots of him as we just scored loads of goals really quickly.
Oh, it was so funny, wasn't it?
1-1, you see his face like that, and then 2-1, you're like,
My mates all came.
Like that.
My mates all came up at half time, all laughing and giggling, like, "Hey!" And I was like, "You know, it's 1-0," and they were like, "What? Oh fuck!" And then as we were speaking, Mason scored, which was great because all Leeds fans took off the tops and all that nonsense.
Come on, Gineppo.
Have a drink of water, that'll fix your ankle.
Yeah. I'm fine.
It's weird how footballers always tend to do that. Just squirt the water in the mouth and then spit it out. That's like, what are you doing? Just rinsing it out like you're doing a tasting menu somewhere. You need to have a different wine in a second. Why are you just rinsing your mouth out?
Fred's kicking off because Gineppo's gone down here like 5 yards from the touchline.
With a bad, face?
I don't know. Oh, I think he hurt himself piggybacking off
Look at
Fred.
That. Oh, he took a little shoulder to the lip when he was riding Fred across the pitch. Fuck me. Not much sympathy for that, is there?
No.
To be fair, as well, for all the people hating on Fred, you got to admit that he did really well.
No, he did. I'm not knocking it out. No, you're right.
Not only was he fouled, but he actually kept the ball.
Yeah.
Carl Hagen says, surely Ollie should have made a statement of intent and started Varane and Jayden. We have plenty of time to turn it around if we change things up.
No, because you can't just, especially with a centre-back partnership, you can't just bring in a new centre-back after 2 weeks and not expect that to be a bit glitchy. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've got to have time to develop that partnership. Jayden, I think, is a different thing. I think he maybe felt like he didn't need to start him in this game. I think he thought he could maybe bleed him in from the bench, but obviously that's not the case. Because Anthony Martial has touched the ball 3 times this game, I think.
Yeah. Don't fuck about. Yeah, let's just keep it simple. That's it.
Fred. That's good from United. Played
nice and quick. Come on, a little bit of speed.
One more.
Same again.
There we go. Come on. There we go.
Good play that. Bruno on the overlap. Wan-Bissaka just treading water there.
Oh, lads.
Lucky. Just between right in that corridor, wasn't it?
Oh, it's it. Greenwood! Yes! Yes! Get him! Was that
Mason Greenwood?
Assist for Fernandes.
Yeah, it'd be Bruno, won't it?
Assist for Fernandes. The bet is on.
1-1, Mason Greenwood
the
again.
bet's on. We just need Martial to score and someone else, and I'm 205 quid in. Come on.
That was good. We needed that. That was good little interplay there. Pogba and Bruno won it.
It's a great time to score as well.
Yeah.
Well done.
Look.
Well done, not spoiling it.
I've got to tell you, Martial was pivotal in this as well. Look how he does nothing. Look at him.
Lovely finish.
No, to be fair,
Did Pog get that?
I like it.
Did Pog get that assist?
Let's have a look here.
Yeah. Oh, no, I don't think he touched it.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Sorry,
Freddie.
What? Hang about.
He does. There.
Yeah, he does. Unbelievable. Bet 365. If you fuck me out of this now, I'm going to be furious.
Freddie channeling his Graham Souness here. What's Pogba doing assisting that goal?
We expect this from you. This is a quarter of what we expect.
You've got to ask yourself what Paul Pogba's doing there.
Why Paul Pogba is stealing Bruno Fernandes' assist.
You didn't need to touch that, Paul, you fucking prick.
It says a lot about the man. He's clearly a thief.
Unbelievable.
We know that because he's stolen Bruno's assist there.
Yes, you can't trust him. You can't trust that lad. 75 million, 500 million quid he cost, and he's stealing assists, the prick.
Cheating.
Don't you make enough money? You have to steal as well.
Unbelievable.
500 million quid a week. He's on.
Shocked and appalled.
Someone's done a super chat and then deleted it, so I'm presuming they were slagging off like.
They said Pogba is shit.
Yeah, or get Mason off.
Yeah.
Those comments saying 2-0 are fucking bullshit, aren't they?
Yeah.
Go on then.
All right, go on, Martial. Prove us all wrong.
Come on, lad. Take him on. Oh,
it's corner. He's won a corner. It's all right. It's all right.
Calm.
It's okay.
Do you know what? To be fair, corners, we've looked dangerous.
We have.
Hey! Sancho's coming on.
And look who's giving him the instruction. Look, Eric Ramsey of all people. Yeah. Loughborough University.
I'm trying to see it. Hang on a minute. Right, yeah.
He went to Loughborough Uni.
Went to Loughborough and he met no other than Kieran McKenna, United's other first team coach. I wonder if that's how he got the job at all.
Really?
Okay.
Nepotism. Luke Shaw with the corner. Ooh, first one United
We're all on the floor at the back there. I don't know what's going on there.
Right, party on the ground there. First time United haven't won a corner, that.
Do you know what? It might be the case that we take off Matic and play Pogba in a deeper role and keep a bit of width. Because now that they've gone to a back three and now that it's one apiece.
Good run.
Oh, that's a good ball. Go on, lad. Go on. Oh,
No. Come on.
It's a really good run as well. That's the frustrating thing. Come on,
That's
Tony, lad. Come on, you can do it.
Tough to watch, innit?
You can do it.
It's hard to watch that.
Because the run was the first time you sort of
The
thought.
run was a great
who's
run.
coming off here?
I reckon Matic might come off, you know.
Yeah,
Play
I could see
Pogba
that.
a bit deeper and really take advantage of this back three and just push pressure on. No, Martial's coming off, isn't he?
Oh, he's looking for it. He's waiting to find out. Oh, it's a shame that. I feel bad. Why is fucking Michael Carrick always got an headphone on, by the way? To the analyst, apparently. Love that. Why didn't we make the sub then, by the way?
I know, I don't know what we're waiting for then. It was a set
That's
piece.
a foul.
Squared up to Greenwood. Watch Cavani running from out of nowhere. 2-week quarantine, pushes him over.
WWE.
And what, mate?
Cavani! Come on then.
Get fucking Jerry Lawler doing the...
Yeah.
Oh my God!
That's Cavani's music.
Right, can we make the sub now?
Peruvian flute band or something from Uruguay.
Comes in on a horse. On his horse. Like God, like...
Yeah, Martial off.
Yeah, Martial's coming off.
It's the sub that we all sort of... You could see it in the pipeline,
That's
that one.
the end of my bet, but I'm bloody glad for it, to be honest with you. He has not had a good game, bless his heart.
That running behind that he just did then was the best thing he's done all match.
But then you've got to control it,
Yeah.
and he didn't
Yeah,
even
of course. That's very
come
much step
close
one
to controlling it.
5, isn't it, that he got right?
This is an early sub from Solskjaer, isn't it? But it's needed.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see it clear as day.
Yeah. Sancho on the left, it looks like there.
Sancho on the left.
But maybe that was just early.
So Bruno on the right, Greenwood in the middle, or unless they're playing Bruno up front.
Bruno is on the right.
Bruno's on the right. Bruno's here.
Oh, no, Sancho is on the right. Sorry, my mistake. Behind you.
Oh, it's it. But you've got to ask yourself, for £1 billion player...
Right, why isn't Paul Pogba skinning 3 players and banging that top bins? Absolute disgrace.
How's he not scoring that for £1 billion player?
Honestly, what a goal that would have been.
Mate.
Such a shame. He's so good, but I will say his finishing isn't quite the level that it could be, is it?
But he's just skinned 3 players.
That is incredible.
And the weird thing is as well, he's got a decent left foot.
Yeah.
He has
Mate,
yeah, I mean,
he just sent off a team for a coffee then.
Yeah, that was really good.
Sorry, he should be doing that every day.
Yeah, you're right.
He should be beating 4 players.
That's what
every
you
afternoon.
expect. Every time he touches the ball, he should beat 4 players.
Exactly.
And if he's not, then he's not living up to his hype. Of course. Do you know what? I don't even know why we bought Sancho. We don't need him, do we?
No.
I mean, as you can tell by
Who
this
needs
game here.
right wingers?
As you can tell by this game
That's
here.
your motto outside of football as well, isn't it?
Well, don't you actually? You're not wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, it is Mason on the left. Down the centre.
Oh, go on, Bruno.
Pogba on the left, Sancho on the right. That's good pressing by Bruno. It's
great.
Goal, fuck his kick
Look
out
at that.
And do you know what? If Martial did that once during the game, I can get behind it.
Yeah, he didn't, did he?
If he does it once, I get behind it.
The thing is, right, if we'd have had a few goal cushion or whatever, like when you said Martial makes that good run there, just control lets him down, you'd say, all right, just give him 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Let him have 90 minutes.
Yeah.
But we can't afford to do that.
No,
because he's so off form. We need a goal. You can't take that chance.
But we
You can't, and it is a
also
chance.
as well, without sounding horrible.
Go on.
We can't treat him like a young
No,
player.
I understand.
Do you know what I
that.
mean? We can't treat him like we're blending
can't
him into the
baby him.
team.
Yeah, there's a few super chats. Juan Martinez, Greenwood in the middle scores, get Martial sold. Jay Richardson, it's won me £50 though.
Oh, he's made the goal in there as well.
Oh, that's mint.
Which is difficult to do when the goal is laying down.
Jimmy F says this will be the season Mason bags 25.
Fucking would love
Yeah.
that. 20 would be a start.
Seamus Nolan says already look better with Martial gone off. Great picture, the United fans there.
Well, yeah.
We needed that. We did really need that.
This is going to be now a real test of our character.
Yeah.
Coming back from 1-0 down, playing really poorly in the first half, and really turning it around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially like Ollie said, you can't keep doing that away from home when they've got fans back in the grounds. But if we can do it, that'd be a great start.
Paul Belt with 5 assists
Five
this season,
assists.
which is double more than anyone else has got, but it's still not enough.
But you have to ask why he's not got 10.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's played 2 games now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But yeah, 5 assists already this season for him. Obviously that'll slow down, but you know he should be getting 10 goals and assists. I think 10 goals and assists per season, Paul Pogba would be a good sort of target for him.
Well done there, Luke Shaw. Oh, he wasn't going to get there.
Nah, it wasn't on really, that was it.
No.
Go on then, Paul. And again, press him.
If you're a Southampton fan...
This is better.
Bruno again, man. Absolutely relentless.
If you're a Southampton fan,
Yes.
do you give Hasenhüttl a bit of stick here? Because he was 1-0 up, he didn't need to change it, they looked the better team, they have changed it, and they've looked the worst team.
Yeah, and not just the goal, but we've actually come into the game a lot more since they did that.
So do you not think, hang about, why did you change it? Why change something that's working?
You're right. In his defence, I completely forgot Theo Walcott was even on the pitch until I saw that he'd been subbed, if I'm being honest. It's not like, I was like, oh, I forgot he was playing. So he might have looked at it and gone, he's doing nothing, let's get an extra
But
body
it's
in
working.
there. But yeah,
It's working. I mean, it's a long ask for anybody to switch to
I'm
a
never
back five.
I'm never a big fan of going defensive for long periods of the game.
Oh, bloody hell.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, come
if
on.
it was the last 5 minutes.
Cross. Stop the cross.
Get rid of
lads.
it! That's the fucking... Oh.
Why aren't we stopping these crosses from coming into the
No, I
box?
think it's offside. Oh, it's a foul.
Why is it his elbow there?
Please don't tell me he's broke his arm.
That would be bad if he has. He's brushing his
happened
hair
to
with
me?
it. It can't be that bad.
What's that?
The risk. Something you've
I
never
love that was
taken
one of
in
the
your
worst
life.
balls I've ever seen, and Paul Pogba gives him a thumbs up like it
Yeah.
was his fault. It's not my fault. I should have got on the end of that. Sorry. What? No, it's not. It was miles away from anyone.
Well done, Matic.
Matic's
Matic,
done all right
strength,
this half as well,
lads.
hasn't
There we go. Bit of a give and go. Bit of a 1-2. Lovely, lovely play. Oh, what a pass.
he? Oh! If Jadon Sancho had got on the end of that, it's over.
Right idea. Oh!
Got underneath
Greenwood.
it. Got underneath
Again,
the header,
got
didn't he?
underneath it.
Didn't need to.
That pass from Luke Shaw was almost
It was
incredible. wasn't it?
unbelievable, wasn't it?
Yeah. Lovely, like you said, lovely give and go here, Fred.
look
Shaw
at
and
this.
He's onside
He asked for it as well. He
He's
called
onside
for it.
and then-
He
yeah.
called for it. He just
what is
didn't
it?
get to
A
it.
foot and a half, too
Yeah.
far. in front
Fred
of
does
him.
well here.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does.
Finds that space well. And
Little
it's a
dig
great
there.
cross as well.
Oh, Mason should have scored that.
Could have got a bit more of a. Again, it's a bit high for him.
Again,
So
I don't think he's playing. I don't think he's had a bad game at all. I can't get the Fred hate. I
No,
can't get on
don't
it.
think he has. And second half, I think
That was
we've
good
all-
football, that.
It's been better from everyone.
Mike Kirvan says, why is Matic still a player for us, though? I mean, he's doing all right, isn't
Yeah, but
he? Like,
I think I just think with Matic, he's not mobile enough to play the kind of position that we want. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
he's not mobile enough for a single pivot. He needs somebody next to him who'll do all of his running. Oh!
What's happening here?
I think, was it Pogba was already on the deck, so he couldn't get to it,
fucking
yeah.
Boot it. It's a corner ball, surely. It's a lovely little 1-2.
Look at Sancho.
1-2. Lovely through ball from Sancho, Wan-Bissaka. Header from Bruno, 10 yards out.
Yeah, I think Pogba's already on the floor, so there's nothing he can do.
Is it? What's he given? Goal kick?
I think so.
Boom. Yeah, he ducked to get
got
hold
his
of it, didn't
face.
he? Pogba ducked to get... Is that not a pen, though? He literally just grabs all over him. Is that not a penalty?
Give them, do they? They're not going to give them.
No, but I mean...
No, I know what you mean. He just lays on top of Pogba so he
yeah,
can't get up.
Pogba's complaining.
Yeah. Can't imagine him overturning
Bruno,
for that,
just get away from the ref.
Yeah, he needs to...
I'm getting worried whenever I see him running towards the ref shouting.
Yeah, because it'll be such a fucking pain in the arse if... Like, because as it stands right now, we look like...
Right, he's just thrown himself on the fucking floor there.
That's not a foul.
It's fucking-
Come on now. That's not like
Yeah,
obstruction or whatever.
yeah. Come on then, come on then.
Take him away,
Watch
Bruno.
Pog. Watch Pog.
Everyone's just running the same.
That's what I
fucking
mean.
track there.
Sancho was like he was marking
Yeah.
Bruno. Needed to take the players away
Oh,
from him.
here we go.
Sancho, Bruno, and Mason all running the same line.
That's a bad
Wonder
ball as
hit.
well. You've sold him there.
Let's get hold of it, though.
Yes.
There you go. Bruno Fernandes. He's doing defensive. He's doing
Bruno
absolute
Fernandes is
defensive
Pressing in the
work
last
today.
ridiculous.
Second half.
Go on,
has been
Jadon.
outstanding.
Come on, Jadon.
Skin him his shit.
And we can recognise shit because we've been
Yeah.
watching Martial for 60 minutes.
Oh, hello.
Digging out our own players.
Hey, come on.
Not asked if he runs about, I'll praise him.
Agaz Kipper says, just wanted to highlight that a proper right winger is already getting the best of Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
He's right. He's right.
Well done.
He's right.
Yeah.
Wan-Bissaka's looking like a much more dangerous player within 10
Go
minutes.
on, Luke Shaw.
Although Sancho's occupying this position here, look at where he is now.
Like deep left, isn't he?
Yeah.
Don't even know why we bought him. Graham Souness is right. You can already see straight away. Fucking shambles.
Fairly.
Stay at this club.
Look at where Pogba is though. He's playing almost like a centre forward.
Yeah.
And
Very
so is-
changeable
Out wide.
front line, isn't it? It took too long.
He
there
does,
again,
doesn't he?
Fred,
He took 3 touches there.
Yeah. across.
It's not a bad ball. Overhead. How's he got his head on that, to be fair to him?
Do you know what? If we were like a goal up or 2 goals, this would be amazing. But because he's withdrawing, it's just frustrating.
Yeah, but I love watching this.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's great to watch. It's just annoying that we need that goal.
I love watching us pen a team within the last third and we just worm the fuck down. Because if Southampton can cope with another 25 minutes of this, then fair fucks to them. But right now, we look dangerous as fuck. Oh, yes. Here we go. Go on, Bruno. It's a foul, surely.
Him as well.
Gineppo.
Has he been booked?
Yeah,
he's been
got booked for piggybacking Fred, didn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a red, that. It's not a red, it's just him last warning.
It's obviously a foul. Like, I don't know what he's fucking moaning
It's
about.
like
And the linesman's give it as well.
He's such a hateable player, isn't he?
I didn't even know he was. Till, like, I forgot about him till today. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's one of those you just forget about, and then it's like, oh, well, yeah, him. He's moaning about everything. He makes Bruno look calm.
Come on then now, let's fucking...
Harry Maguire.
Slabhead's going to get
Maguire,
on this.
right? He's going to scissor kick this into the top bins.
Even you didn't have confidence in that sentence.
I know. I ran out of steam for it halfway through.
Top bins.
Yeah, go on, Harry.
Great ball.
No, that was about 18 yards
I know,
wide.
I got ahead of myself then. I got ahead of myself.
There's a split second though, isn't there, where you don't know where it's going.
Yeah.
Like you kick. Yeah. Southampton making a change.
Let's see who they're bringing on. He's not actually making the change. He's saying, can you run to the shops, get me some ibuprofen,
some Lucozade.
Lucozade Sport, and a Rustler's burger.
If you've got any chili heatwave Doritos as well, have a big bag of them.
He's taking
pizzas.
Taking him off before he gets...
Yeah.
But although,
Gineppo
as I
there.
think, Ibrahima Diallo is a centre mid, I believe. I think he's a I think he's a centre mid, so unless they're going to have Ward-Prowse... Yeah, well, they're playing 3-5-2, aren't they? So they're going to...
Rixie told me, Sanya says, what a waste of the first half of Martial. Should have put Sancho and play like this from the start. Natural Red says, hangover, substitution.
But the thing is, though, it's all well and good saying, well, we should have done this from the start. We should have done that from the start. But the reality... That's so nice.
Brilliant from Paul Pogba.
The reality of the situation...
They got away with that, didn't they?
Is that...
Got lucky.
If Solskjaer makes a mistake in his starting 11...
Stay with him. Stay with him.
Well done, Harry.
But then he rectifies it within, within the hour mark, then, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. And also, not every mistake is completely predictable and well, you should have known better. Sometimes it just doesn't go the way you think it's going to, does it?
Yeah. And also, we not been privy to what's gone on in training in terms of the fitness levels that everyone's at, how confident.
Oh, that's a lovely give and go.
Shit touch from Wan-Bissaka the other side of it.
Yeah, it is.
But it's like that super chat said. He's already Wan-Bissaka's looking like a more attacking threat with Sancho beside him.
That's our ball, that.
He's knackered. Who's that?
Alfie Wood says,
possession in the second half, United.
What conditioner do you use, Joe?
Usually just Tresemme, innit?
Tresemme, same as me.
Because they do the biggest bottle, so I just get their big shampoo, their big conditioner. Probably not the best one, but...
How long does it take you to dry your hair?
Well, I don't. I just let it dry, so it takes a couple of hours, but I'm not actively drying it. I mean, I just
actively drying it?
Well, I don't blow dry or anything.
No, you just...
air dry. I rub it with a towel.
Yeah.
And then just go out.
He just gets the 147 bus and sticks his head out the window.
Yeah. And get it taken off by a lamppost.
Yeah. Works on. There you go.
Yeah.
Get on the end of that, you fucking £80 million bastard.
Did alright, actually. Well done.
Yeah, that's a good point there, producer Cam made. Why doesn't Harry Maguire get 4 assists every game?
He cost 100 million.
Exactly. Disgusting. Rebecca Jade O'Sullivan says, this comment section is the reason why I know people don't watch the match. Martial isn't on the field anymore. Sancho has been on for 10. So apparently Martial's getting a bit of stick still.
Is he?
Well, he's been completely anonymous for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah. Actually, I think he's done more in the last 10 minutes
hey.
than what he did in the first
Credit him
45.
for
This has been his best spell, Martial.
I'm sorry, Tony.
Ball in. Maguire wins it, of course.
That's
Fred.
not good enough.
And then the shocking challenge that
Come
was
on,
miles
Fred,
away from
I'm trying to
anyone.
defend.
Well, he's made up for it. There you go.
At least he's made up for it a little bit. But I'm trying to defend you, Fred.
Yeah.
How can I defend you when you can't even defend? Come on.
Kicking the ball straight at their midfield. That's out though. Come on, good
terrible.
press in there. United just putting enough pressure on to get.
Somebody's coming on. Is that
coming
from
on.
Matic, perhaps?
Probably, innit?
I think as well. You look at it, it's been quite frenetic this game
Yeah,
lately.
might be
So
knackered, Matic.
yeah, 32 years old. He's telling you where he wants you to go.
Just go and then you.
Oh, that's Paul.
Come on.
Oh my God, Harry Maguire, what are you doing?
What a save.
Well done.
What
David De
a
Gea
save.
there just got Harry Maguire right out of
what
jail.
a save.
That was shocking, that, from Harry
How
Maguire.
slow was that? Absolutely fucking sleepwalking.
What is he doing here?
Yeah, shocking. Good pass as well, that. It's just
David De Gea
do you know what that
really
is?
well.
It's a good save, but that's a bad shot.
That's
He's got all the
dreadful.
time in the world, and it's basically straight down the middle, that. Do you know what I mean?
Dreadful.
De Gea's falling to one side. He
Might
don't
be
have to
getting
dive.
away with that in the Championship, Adam Armstrong, but not at fucking Premier League level.
It's Premier League,
Should
mate.
have scored that. That's as good a chance as you're ever going to have that.
Oh.
Open shot, 10 yards out.
Hasenhutl's just shat his pants. He's done a hangover poo.
Don't know what Maguire was doing there. Then.
No,
Fucking
It's like he
hell.
was making a point of losing the ball so he could shout at people.
That's the Fred school of football.
Yeah. Go on, get it out, get it out. Just fucking get it out. You've got two men on you and no passes
And another
on.
corner.
Boot it.
Pogba's shouting at him there, just get rid of it.
This is what we're on about being the architects of our own downfall. Because for the last since we
20
equalised,
minutes,
such the better team. It's been complete domination, and now we've just had a 3-minute period where we've just lost the fucking will to live.
Shit the bed.
What are we doing?
It's whispering. Head it.
Dave Lewis says, Leaks Ramsdale to Sancho, just dive as if you are going to head the ball. Trust me.
Yeah.
What are we doing with this now? If we concede from here, it's going to be so annoying. It's going to be so annoying.
Come on.
Oh, Harry Kane's making a cameo for Spurs.
He's one of our own.
Ah! Oh my God, we
Fuck
fucking lost the header at the corner.
me.
It almost goes in the back post.
Fuck me.
How have we allowed this to happen here? Just getting fucking pressed.
We have-
Right.
Come on now.
Get your
Come
foot on the
James.
fucking ball.
Oh, it's Bruno. Oh, it's Sancho.
We have made.
He's done well there
take
to
that,
get. He's
we'll
done well
take
to
that.
get a fucking throwing out of it deep in there.
We'll take. Honestly, we have made such hard work of this. Look at that there. Jeez Louise. Just ran in front of everybody.
Yeah.
But he ran for 10 yards without anybody fucking thinking about picking him up. Oh, he's missed another sitter there as well as Adam Armstrong.
Should be getting that inside. I don't know what
It's
he's
not the bloody Championship now, Adam. What the fuck is that?
That's a terrible header.
What is that, you absolute donkey?
Fred off for McTominay.
Ollie's had enough.
He's had Can't bear this anymore. Come on then now.
Nice.
Nice ball roll, that wasn't it?
Oh,
That's a
come on,
terrible
Wan-Bissaka. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, we're shitting ourselves here. That's all right.
What's
Take the booking.
Maguire up
Take
to?
the booking. He's not going to outpace him, is he?
Has Harry Maguire had a concussion or
I
something?
think so, yeah. He's hurt himself.
Well, Aaron Wan-Bissaka didn't do anyone any favours there, to be fair.
that's
No,
true.
look,
a straight pass
That's shocking.
to no one.
It's like he ain't got a left foot, so he has to use his right foot.
Yeah.
And the ball like curves away from Matic.
And to be fair, Harry Maguire, I don't care. Just stop him scoring.
Yeah, because he's not gonna outpace Shea Adams.
No. He knows what he's going to do, so he just fucking blocks him off.
Get him, block him off.
Yeah, sorry. Spurs fans singing he's one of our own. Wolves fans, what was it singing?
He wants to
He wants to fuck off, and Harry Kane wants to fuck off, sorry, and he'll be a mank in the morning. He'll never be a mank.
Do you know what? I wonder how many more top Tottenham players have to fall for Daniel Levy's little gentleman's agreement trick. Modric, Bale, fucking Danny Rose, Berbatov.
Ericsson.
Yeah. Oh no, honestly, guys, like I know it doesn't say release clause, but I pinky promise
Yeah.
I'll let you go.
Someone comes in with a reasonable offer, you can go.
I promise. Look, listen.
Yeah.
When have I ever fucked anyone over? I'm Daniel Levy, the most honest man in football.
Oh, Lukaku starts for Chelsea.
It's a good job Harry Kane's thick as pig shit, though, isn't it? So it's an easy way. It's an easy way. Well, you promise you'll let me go? Yes, I promise. Pinky promise. Do we not need it in writing? No, you don't, because I'm Daniel Levy and I'm trustworthy.
Free kick to Southampton, and they're taking about fucking.
What
2
are
weeks
you
to
fucking
do it
arguing
all.
about here? Just get on with it.
Can we just take the free kick? It's somehow gone from 65 minutes to 78 minutes without anything of note happening.
Oh, don't push him.
Right, the referee's just put a white line exactly where we were all stood anyway.
Crisp new line.
Yeah, so that's just achieved nothing, you fucking knobhead. I love the way, in fact, Matic just pushed him away.
It's James Ward-Prowse in it, and so we're all shitting our pants.
Yeah.
Because it's James Ward-Prowse, and he fucking is good at this.
Just stand in the middle of his net.
David De Gea's giving him a fucking gap there.
What?
And yes.
Oh, here we go.
Cross.
Here
That's
we go.
it. Go across him.
Come on.
He's going to foul you. I don't.
Right, that is shocking.
Come on.
How's that not a
booking? Get your
booking?
card out, ref.
That's not a booking, is it not?
Is he having a laugh? Has he not booked him for that?
What's going on?
David De Gea's just got nips to the shots. I don't know why David De Gea didn't just catch that, by the way, because it was like
being a decent pass to Pogba.
Right.
Well,
so this is a. It's not a booking, no.
No. Counter-attack stopped by a purposeful foul.
I mean, this ref today has been fucking inconsistent, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Was it Carl Walker-Peters?
Walker-Peters, yeah.
Aaron Ramsdale on Arsenal's bench there. Hey? Solid investment for
them. I
them.
don't care about that. Romain Perrault just come off.
Yeah, have you seen all the tweets coming out from Aaron Ramsdale? Because he was tweeting when he was like 12.
Why? What was he tweeting?
Just shit like he would go to United, they're not in the Champions League. What a waste and all this. Just that shit. He's only a kid.
Do you know what? He's been
But,
relegated at every club
the
he's
internet
been at,
doesn't
hasn't he?
forget. Do you know what I mean? So people are digging him out.
If he also as well, he looks like if you bought Ed Sheeran off Wish. Do you know what I mean?
He's also not very good, is he?
No, he's not. Emi Martinez is much better and was available for £10 million less. Nice one, Arsenal. Great transfer dealings. How the fuck have they spent 140 million quid? Yeah. What the hell has it gone on?
Fucking air fryers.
How can you spend
Loads of air fryers.
How can you spend 140 million quid and make your team worse? How can you do that?
Right, come on. 10 minutes to go.
Have we got one more sub in us?
I don't think so.
Sancho, McSauce. Yeah, we got one more.
Have we?
Yeah. Varane for a last minute set piece.
Who else we got on the bench? Have we got any other options?
Fucking why did you do that?
We've got Donny on the bench.
What are we doing? I'd take Matic off, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's been shit last week.
Let's get over to him, eh?
We look more likely to concede here than to score.
Yeah, we do. And we're the architects of our own downfall.
This has been an awful 15 minutes.
It's shocking. It's just what we did in the first half.
Matic with a terrible ball. Terrible touch, sorry.
This is just what we did.
We've had Matic, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, all giving the ball away needlessly.
This is just what we did in the first half. We had a period of 15 minutes where we absolutely bossed it and dominated, and then we just lost our heads.
Took our foot off the gas completely.
It just goes to show, doesn't it?
But it's like this team now, this Man United team now, are making mistakes that a relegation team would make. Yeah. Just stupid passes to nobody.
The ball to the opposition over and over again. See, we look tired and like lethargic and stuff.
Go on, Jaden. Can't control that.
Like you'd expect him to look in the first game. We've saved it for this game instead. Looking tired, lethargic. As the halves come to an end, players look like they can't run. They're getting sloppy. You'd have thought it'd be the first game of the season, but it's this one.
I'd like to see, I mean, it's never going to happen in a million years, but I'd like to see Matic come off and Donny come on. I don't think it'll happen because Matic is dropping deep now as almost a former back three.
Yeah.
But I'd rather have an actual centre-back doing that. So I'd rather him just bring Varane on if he wants to do that.
Right, you got time here now. Turn. Luke Shaw trying to pick out a pass there. No, it's just not come off. Didn't need to do that either, to be honest with you. Just giving it back to Southampton time and time again, inviting pressure.
Well done, Matt.
That's a good tackle. They've looked the better team now.
Yeah,
they look the team on the ascendancy.
They look like the one that's going to score, don't they? Well, there's a point where, like we said, we showed the second half graphic. We had 73% possession.
Come on, how's he doing both of you there?
Well That's a great tackle. Oh, come on, Matic!
Fucking hell, Matic!
Come on!
Oh my God.
Luke Shaw makes a great tackle there. It gets wasted because that fucking Serbian idiot can't play a ball quickly enough. Oh, mate. Come on, lads.
It's got to be faster. Like, Pogba was there. You could just toe poke it to him.
Exactly. That's what's so frustrating. There was a pass on.
Oh, it's like they're just holding all the ball, getting ready to score the fucking winner. And if they do, you can't really complain.
Abhishek says, we played mediocre, Marshall, old Matic, Greenwood not up front, and we expect what? This team should have started, not played the last 30 minutes.
But we've not played well the last 30 minutes. If this team had started like this, the same thing would have happened.
Yeah, we need to keep the ball.
It's individual players. Oh, who's gone down there?
Bruno
He's all right.
Off the ball. Go on now, Sancho driving forward.
He's not going to beat them all on his own, is he? Mind you, he's done all right there picking out Greenwood.
Yeah. It's our ball.
Let's take that. Yeah, let's take that. What happened with Bruno off the ball there? Let's see.
Down,
Someone else, Tracy says Matic can't play 90 minutes. It looks
Jesse
like Jesse Lingard, which isn't the one
He's
we
about
expected.
all we've got, though, as an attacker. We don't have anyone else.
Yeah.
I'd much sooner see Donny myself.
Yeah.
Miles Van Eaton says, been saying Bissouma for eons. Imagine him where Matic is today.
He's not wrong, to be honest with you.
That's a great ball by McTominay against across the goal, but there's no one there. Hopefully, J-Lings can come on.
No one really going for that.
His thing? Do this. Is it that?
Yeah, something like that.
Is that what does he do?
It's like that, I think.
Yeah,
Right,
it's good
yeah,
though,
little
yeah.
thing
What?
like that.
Because it makes a J and an L.
J-Lings, innit?
Good
Do
lord.
you know what I mean? Hey,
J-Lings, innit?
if he scores and does that, you'll be joining him. You're doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that? Oh, is it that? Yeah. Is it that? Sorry, I got it wrong. It's that. Oh.
J-L.
I did that. Which isn't it? It's that.
Yeah,
I'm not down with the kids. I'm 41 years old. Leave me alone.
If he comes off the bench and scores, I'll get a JLS tattoo.
Yeah?
JLS.
Right, sound. I'm holding you to that.
Go on, Scott.
So frustrating.
The game's just gone, hasn't it?
Yeah, we got that goal and we've just gone to shit.
I know, like... It's just,
Well, we had
like I said, it's
that
just
brilliant
85 minutes all
period
of a sudden.
again. We had the brilliant period in the second half where for 15, 20 minutes we just bossed the living shit out of them. And then we just gave up and stopped playing football. Matic is coming off.
Yeah.
To be fair,
Going for the win.
I think he needs to. He was doing all right and then he's just last 10 minutes. He's lost it, hasn't he?
Yeah.
We've got to go for this. We've got to.
Yeah.
Because this has been overall a really poor performance from United. We don't deserve to come away. I mean, personally, I think Southampton have maybe been the better team overall. They've looked better.
Yeah,
they've
just
not been as shaky as we have.
No, they've not been as shaky, but they've not created much in terms of saying they deserve.
Well, when you say they've not created much, mate, they had the
It's a corner. How have they won the corner there?
Adam Armstrong.
Oh my God!
Two best chances of the game and missed both of them.
Yeah,
I'd say it's us that hasn't created much.
Corner, Southampton.
Yeah, he shouldn't be winning a corner there under any circumstances.
No.
It's like a fucking comedy of errors, this.
Shari Attacker says, how many more starts do you think Martial should get before he only gets to start cup games? I think he might be there already, to be honest.
Yeah,
with you.
I think this might be
Starts, yeah.
I think Ollie might be looking at it and going, can I trust him in the Premier League as a striker at the minute?
From the start.
Yeah,
no.
he might come on as a sub and have to prove himself, but...
Well, this is a problem
So
as
there's
well.
crowding
Set
the goalie
pieces.
again, look, yeah.
Oh, fucking
That'll do that. Go on, Mason.
Set pieces
we're not
are
gonna get
worrying now because we've taken Matic off and we've put Lingard on and we've lost about a foot and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know.
See, last 10 minutes, Southampton had 60% possession.
Yeah.
Where, 10 minutes ago, it was 72, 73,
Yeah.
73 27, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
To United.
Yeah. Just really gone to shit last 10, 15.
Come on then now. Find a pass. Find a fucking pass.
Right, that's a foul.
Done well there to get a foul because it's soft.
Yeah. To be honest with you, Luke Shaw is one of the few people who's had a fucking great game. He's had a good game as Luke Shaw.
Some stomping ground in it.
Pogba's played well. Fucking Bruno's played well.
Right. Look lively. Come on. 5 minutes. We need a win, not a fucking draw.
Not feeling much going on though, is
No, there isn't.
It's got to somehow turn around. It's not like we've been banging on the door for the last 10 minutes. Like I said, it's just been shit.
What's that, man?
That's
dreadful.
Bullshit, yeah.
He's
You
had
don't
a poor
need to do that.
He's had a poor game as Harry Maguire, really, hasn't he?
He's usually one of our best players, but just not been quite.
He's just
his
sinking
usual
balls
self
to nobody
today.
Let's see what we can do. Come on. Get on the end of that. Come on, lads.
Greenwood. Oh, that's a good pass to Sancho. Cuts back inside.
Oh!
It's keeper's ball, easy. A bit lucky there.
He was close there. That was a deflection, wasn't it? But
better play though. Good pass to Sancho, and he fucking puts his man on the floor as well. Yeah. Just the ball takes the deflection off Ward-Prowse.
Sent him the shops then, didn't he?
Yeah.
Running out of time here, Manchester United.
Yeah. Come on. Well done, Victor.
I just don't feel like it's been a good performance from some of our more reliable players as well.
Yeah.
Like, there's just been sloppiness about us. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
even like Wan-Bissaka, exactly. He's like usually Mr. Reliable to me. He's not necessarily great going forward, but he's reliable. But even he's been a bit sloppy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And like Maguire's Mr. Reliable, another one that you can depend on who's been sloppy. And just trying things that you don't need to try.
When we're as a team, when we're putting so much focus on building out from the back, when you have two of your back four that are just misplacing passes for fun today, it's like, well, how are we going to build anything?
Is he giving a free kick there?
I don't know why he's fucking like he fell over to me.
Yeah, it's been a very difficult game to watch this, to be honest.
Yeah, not great. Started off first sort of 10, 15 quite well.
I mean, I feel like how Ralph Hasenhüttl looks, just battered by watching this.
Yeah. We are going to have the live review afterwards, so make sure you stick around for that. There'll be it's already there. Sorry, it's pinned comment in the chat. We'll go over this. Hopefully, there'll be a twist in our favour.
Yeah, not from this set piece. Come on then now.
Come on, let's break. Let's show a bit of urgency. Show a bit of urgency. No.
There we go, that's more like it. Someone actually sprinting.
Jesus Christ, Luke Shaw. What we were saying about Luke Shaw, he's done well.
There we go. Good lad, Scott.
And giving it away as well. It's one good, one bad. That's
Come
all
on,
we're allowed.
Lings. Yeah. Go on.
Get in a box.
Come on, put someone on their ass. Hit it.
Fucking hell. Got about 5 bodies in front of you.
I know. Oh, good pass for that. That's a booking.
Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Bruno's hurt himself.
Oh, fuck. Bruno's put his hand up.
5 minutes of injury time. I think that's just a bit of frustration here from Paul Pogba. Bruno loses the ball. I think that's a tackle that from Che Adams. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No, he's right.
And then Bruno just wipes him out. Pogba just wipes him out for a yellow card. Prashant Badudri says, this is on Ollie, no bloody tactics, same as always.
Okay.
Whoa. I disagree with that.
Start with a melodrama, really.
I disagree with that massively.
Get rid of him.
There's too many there's too many players, like you said, Jay. There's too many players today that just haven't turned up. Normally reliable players.
Yeah.
Now, what's Solskjaer meant to do? Coach Aaron Wan-Bissaka to be able to pass a ball 3 yards? Like, what's he meant to do? I actually think that Solskjaer's done all he can do. He started off. Fucking hell, Livramento's had a belting game.
Man of the match.
I actually think he's done all right, Solskjaer. He's put out a good team. He's recognised that there were problems in it, and he's made changes.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not. It's the only sort of. Even the Martial thing, I'm not overly critical because when I saw the lineup, I thought I would have started Sancho, but it kind of made sense considering what you'd seen from Martial in midweek, and maybe you thought, okay, maybe Sancho's not quite there yet. But
you can't blame Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for Martial's performance.
Their fucking ball.
You can't blame it for some of the comical misplacement of passes we've had. It's been a game that's down to individual error, not tactical ignorance.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'm not massively losing my mind with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer today. I just think that some players need to do more.
Yeah, I mean, I've
well, come on then now.
Sort of.
Right, come on now, Luke Shaw.
Come on, let's have a bit of urgency. Come on.
Jesse's moving.
Out wide. Go on, Jesse.
Who's with him?
What we got? What we got?
Wasn't great that ball, was it?
No, it wasn't. And now the counter is off.
Yeah.
And now Southampton is sat in a back 10.
And Paul Pogba's kicked it out for a goal kick. It's miles away from Jadon Sancho.
Up the pitch. We don't have to fucking make 70-yard passes every time we get the ball. Actually carry it forward. Ooh. Find someone who's on.
Yeah.
Just a shit pass.
We should have better consistency, says Dave Lewis. When Ole gets to invest in the midfield, it's fundamental that we improve quality there. That's our issue. I think we've all wanted a midfielder.
I think he's totally right about consistency. Even within the space of this game, United have had 2 spells where they've looked like an absolute force, where they've dominated for 15, 20 minutes each half. And they've had 2 spells where they've looked like a literal relegation team, where they can't make 2 passes. We've been highly inconsistent within 90 minutes.
The passing, the misplaced passing thing seems like it must be a tiredness thing to me. Because these players can pass. You know when you're just sort of half a step behind and you feel a bit sloppy and you're just a bit knackered? It looks like that. They look tired. A lot of
Aaron Shearer says maybe that Burnley game has left them tired.
Nah.
I'd be surprised. They only played half a game, most of them. See there again,
That's
Aaron Wan-Bissaka just kicking it out like down the line, but it's just gone straight out. It's a shame because we got the equaliser with enough time to get a winner. Yeah, there was half an hour left to get a winner, and we fancied us for it.
We put a lot of pressure on them as well, and we looked more dangerous, and we looked like we were going to go on and win the game, and then we just lost our heads. 70th minute, we just lost our heads.
And now the game's pretty much over.
Yeah.
There is
the game's dead.
live review coming up, so make sure you're checking out the pinned comment in the chat. Click on the link there. We will go live almost straight away, and we will have the fan cams from St Mary's as well. We've got Jordan down there. He'll be chatting to people coming out of St Mary's. There's a foul there on Paul Pogba.
One last chance. Just fucking boot it. Come on, get up. Boot it up. Stand on the fucking last line. Kick it. Win the header.
Come on.
Goal.
We've got 30 seconds left. Why are we just dilly-dallying? Come on then. Come on.
That's awful, Luke Shaw.
Mate, that's not good enough.
Fucking just ran into nothing there. And again, we said Luke Shaw's been one of our better players, but his last 5 minutes he's given it away twice there, needlessly.
Good at that. That'll be the end of that then, will it?
Yeah, it should be.
This is it now.
One
just
more chance.
boot it up, man.
Come on. We couldn't stop you from fucking booting it 2 minutes ago when we had actual time to play it. Now just get it in the box.
Whip it in.
Get it in the box.
Awful ball from Luke Shaw.
Get some fucking distance on it.
Just boot it now. Now we're done.
Full time there.
1-1.
Yeah.
Just before we finish, Death by Stereo says, today shows Ollie isn't capable of winning a league title in a million years.
Oh my God, it's fucking 2 games into the season. What are you talking about? This game shows it. That's it. Well, that's the end of that then. Sack him. Honestly, it's the second fucking game and we haven't even lost.
Prashant
Did the first game of the season show that City are incapable of winning a league?
Not Ollie out, but what did you see different today?
Different to what?
I don't even know what that means. Yeah, people again.
Why is it Solskjaer's fault?
If you don't win every game, fucking sack the manager. Honestly.
Why is sloppy individual performances Solskjaer's fault?
It's the second game of the season. We haven't even lost it. I've been critical of Solskjaer in the past
when he's deserved it.
Incredible.
But this game, we've had half a dozen players who haven't played well.
Yeah.
And if you have half your team that don't turn up, then you're going to struggle to win football matches, regardless of who your manager is.
What you forget, though, is that Alex Ferguson never drew any games.
We never know.
You need to
Don't
remember
you remember that?
Standards
that 26-year period where we won every game in a row?
I'm telling you now, it's a disgrace.
If Paul Pogba got off his arse and did 4 assists a game like he's supposed to...
He only got 1.
Yeah, he only got 1 assist.
We'll go into this in more detail in just a minute in the review. Make sure you click the link in the comments for that. We'll be there going through all the goings-on from this game. Any more super chats? Are we good?
I think we're good in terms of super chat.
Okay.
I think I've got them all.
Very good stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, Freddy, for coming on. Thank you to everyone at home for watching. Thank you, Jay. Manchester United won, Southampton won. Not the result we wanted, but it's another unbeaten away day for Manchester United. Again, we'll go into the full details in just a minute.
That's what matters.
We'll see in a bit.